Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, November 3rd. Is it November 3rd? It sure is. Can you believe it's November? So I've been overdue for an update. I've had some people asking how it's going. So I thought it's time to check in and say hi at least really quick. I'm just searching for something here. I'm doing some crafting. So I just want to search for a little inspiration, some ideas on what to do here. So I'll show you in a minute. Oh, I don't know how to spell balloon. I keep spelling it wrong. It's driving me crazy. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this tonight. So I have this little project underway, and I haven't decided yet how to present it. So how come it's not... Oh, wait. Okay, because I'm spelling this way wrong. I'm trying to spell vase, and it came out wrong. That's why nothing's coming up. Okay, here we go. Something simple would be nice. So I'm making flowers. I'm making flowers out of balloons. And trying to figure out if I want to finish it in... I have a bunch made. I'll put them all together. Show you in a minute. There'll be a bouquet, obviously. I don't know how big it's going to be. I want it to be actually fairly big because it's going to be a gift. And I'm not sure if I'm going to tie them together with a balloon ribbon or a vase. I've done a vase before. It didn't come out very good. So I don't want to do some work on something that's not going to work for sure because, oh, hey, that's cool. It's nice. It's going to be at a business, a place of business. And I want to make sure, shoot. They have to be able to set it on a counter, I think. They could lean it on something, but it's not the kind of place there's room. So if it's in a vase, like a balloon vase, then they can just set it on the counter instead of leaning it on something to prop it up. I'm not sure. I might change my mind. Okay, this video. Somebody's watching. It's not a video. Shoot, is it? Oh. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder if that would work. Ha. There's so many neat ideas on the internet, you guys. Holy smokes. So I'm learning to be a balloon artist and self-taught off the internet. And yeah, you know what? I could use this and then wrap them with... I'm just trying to think out loud here. Create. I never plan ahead when I'm creating something. I always... that could work. Oh my gosh, that could be really neat. I sort of do it as I go. So in my mind, I think I have a plan. But once I get going, it's completely... I'm going to start with the vase right now so that I can... I can back out quickly if I don't like it. The wrapping a balloon around it and making it into a little ribbon around the stems is really pretty. But again, so I can use... This is the tool for pumping. This is dual, so it pumps air into the balloon on the way back and out. So it's faster. I have a smaller one for the There's different size balloons. So the nozzle on the balloon is really tiny on this one. So here's the difference. Let me show you. So there's, oh, wow, I use 5-inch rounds. That's what I have blown up here. And then there's these are 160. I'm not sure what 160 means. Is it the length in centimeters or something? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm still new at this, so I don't know details like that. So there's two sizes. I don't know if you can see the difference between these two balloons. So you can make, all kinds of, it's just having the two different sizes is helpful. So how big does this need to be? Probably fairly big because I want this to be a really large bouquet. So I'm going to blow it up more and it won't be round. So usually these balloons are, it's good quality. Oops, that happens all day long. These balloons are good quality. You can't just buy cheap balloons from any old store. If you want these designs to last a few days and not pop before you even get them there. So I can do, I just realized something. I can't use this. I can't make a vase out of this. That's the center, right? So I'm not good enough yet. There are ways of, they're supposed to be round, really. If you're making a great big arch or whatever, they have to be round. So you always release some of the air. But there is a way to push the center through and pull it, like tie it on the bottom so it's a bowl shape. But I'm popping them. I think my nails are probably a problem, obviously. So I don't think I can do this, though, for a vase, unless that's the base of the vase. No, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I don't think I'm going to do a vase. I haven't found one that I like, and it doesn't seem to be something that I'm not good enough yet to invent something. Hang on, I'm just going to have one more look just in case something pops out. If I'm supposed to do it in a vase, it's going to pop out right now pretty darn quick. Yeah, so there's some where they make that bowl shape. But like I have, how many balloons are here? I'm going to have a whole bunch of them. So I need a big vase. So if it's going to be this big of a bouquet, and I'm not even done. I want to have like a few more flowers. So you can see how thick it starts to get. So yeah, there's this one, and another flower. So this is what I have so far, but like I want it to be a massive, massive bouquet. I love giving flowers. It's my thing. It makes me feel good to give flowers. So the fact that I can make flower balloons is, so it's obviously not arranged. Like I'm going to arrange it in different lengths. But I do like to have the stems at the bottom all aligned in one nice flat shape. So when I am just working on this one now, it has the end on it still. I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay, but I just want to show you too. So I have to make these flowers all different lengths or heights, I guess, so they sort of stack upon one another and you don't want them all clumped together in the middle. So I'm not the best at arranging flowers, and it's sort of rearing its ugly head in my balloons as well. So it's interesting how it's a similar craft, I guess. So actually that's not too bad. They're all kind of different. So these ones are, yeah, my roses aren't coming out that great. I'm not sure why. They're okay. They look beautiful on camera and to someone else's eye, but I'm picky with my work. So I've been to some art shows lately and talking to artists about creating, and they're, really adamant not to be so hard on yourself because nobody else is noticing what we do. So, and then these are just, I think they're probably a kind of flower, but anyways, they're green. They're just to add some texture to the design. I'm going to do the same with this balloon. Started at the end, so I'll show you how I do that. There's another tiny one for the bottom once I'm done. So that will be the shortest. So I use pieces. So when I'm when I finish a balloon, I get it the length I want. There's extra, that little tail hanging off the end. I tie a knot at the end and use the little, what's left over, I blow that up and make, so it's smaller, obviously. So you end up with little, like smaller pieces like this and really small like this one. So they fit in, like you just fit them in between. So anyways, like it's, you know, within an hour or two, I can make a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It's really fall colors. I live in a really dark, dreary place in the winter. So it's beautiful here in the summer, but we're in the mountains. So we're socked in. So it gets really dark in the winter. So November is always the darkest. For me, it's one of the hardest months to get through because it's, yeah, I decided not to do a vase. So I think, yeah, when I'm done, I'll decide what color. If anyone joins this and is listening, yeah, there's nobody here yet. So I know there's a couple other streams of like from the community that I make these videos for that are going right now, and they're full of people and there's all kinds of drama. So I just don't feel like it today. I just, you know, I usually listen in, but I'm just, lately, I don't know, I'm really happy. So I just don't feel like I don't feel like I'm part of it. It's not really my community. It doesn't feel like me right now. That doesn't mean anything at all. It just is what it is. That's how I feel. So tonight I just want to relax and create stuff. So I'll show you. Oh, I'll finish this one since I was talking about it. So blowing up the balloon. This is too tight already, I can tell. So when the balloon is blown up too tight, I'll have to be inflating this one. So I'll show you how you make sure it's not too tight. So you blow it up to start with and always leave a little bit of an end so that as you're like rolling up the pieces of the balloon into shapes, the air gets pushed down towards the end. So you want to have enough space at the end for the air to fill up so that it gets really tight. If a balloon is tight, it's going to pop. So especially if you get into hotter, like temperatures, extreme temperatures, it's going to be. And then I always pull on it to stretch it as well once it's blown up. And then as I go, I'm going to be creating little bits as I go along down the balloon. And between each little piece, you push the air down. So it keeps it softer. So a softer balloon is not going to pop so easily. Also, once you're finished blowing it up, I like release just a little bit of air. So there's plenty of room at the end for creating a knot. So, you know, I've been doing it long enough now. I think I've been at it for a couple months-ish. And everybody's saying the hardest thing to learn is like the knots. And that is very true. So the knots are very, they're hard on the fingers. I just read online somewhere that somebody has Band-Aids all over their fingers from tying knots. So I went and got this tool. So I put it around my wrist. So you just hang on to the end. Here, I don't know if anyone cares, but I'll just show you what I do. So it goes over the top around this piece, and then you just tuck the nozzle around and through, and then just slide it off. So I don't have to stick the latex underneath and get my finger stuck in there. And it's because they're grippy, like they really hang on. It is latex. And again, they're really good quality balloons. I have a variety of brands. So I'm trying the different brands that are out there. But don't buy balloons if you're thinking of trying this. Don't buy balloons on Amazon or Walmart or whatever. Go to a balloon specialty store, and you'll find out quick. Like you just have to Google, like, what is a good brand of balloons for twisting? It's called balloon twisting. That's the art form. And it is art because once you learn the techniques, the sky's the limit and you can create your own designs. So I have trouble following patterns or recipe. They call them recipes in balloon twisting. So I have a really hard time following designs of other people. So I might intend when I start a video to do exactly, and I tell myself, do it exactly the way they do it. And you won't run into trouble, but I always stray from what I'm doing because I think I don't like what they're doing. So then it turns into 3-hour production where I have to figure out how to, then it doesn't work out because the techniques do matter. So while I'm learning, I should be paying attention and following what they're doing. But I don't know. It's just me. I can't help it. But then I end up with some really cool things. Like even as a beginner, I can end up with some really unique things that I have never found online. Like I just made the other day, I made like how tall was it? Probably about 6 feet tall spider's web, like in a dome shape. And then it took me 2 days, 2 full days. And then I made a spider that was, the body of the spider was about 3 feet wide, big, huge black balloon that you can buy them that big. And then the head was a little bit smaller and I painted eyes on, like cartoon eyes. I'm not sure I got good pictures of that whole design because I was in such a rush to get down to the town got together for Halloween for fireworks, and they did a big bonfire and everything. So I asked them, can I bring my balloon design to share with everybody and people can take pictures and whatever. So they said yes. So I was behind, I was late. So I don't think I even got a picture. It's the most elaborate thing I've ever seen, but I couldn't find a spider's web like that anywhere on the internet. So at all. And I looked for a long time through all the images and I couldn't see anything. It was just the old traditional spider's web. But I made it almost looked like a children's play, the playground dome thing that has like all the things they climb up to the top and then you can go over. So it's kind of like that, but all very colorful and stuff. And then I made like baby spiders and I put a skull on. You can make skulls out of balloons. So there's some amazing stuff out there. It's actually shocking. Like people make balloon designs that have thousands of balloons in it. And I think I saw one, it was a parade outside, like an actual parade in a city. And they made a balloon structure to make a life-sized fire truck. It was absolutely incredible. So that's not a one-person job. It probably took, 20 people a day or two to make it all together because it's just so many balloons and so much work. And you really have to have the design. It only lasts a few days. Balloons are temporary, so they start to lose air slowly. There's products you can buy. You can blow or spray into the balloon and it protects the latex from releasing air. So that kind of thing too. So let's see here. So, okay, so I just showed you how I blow up a balloon and why you leave the extra space and how to keep it soft. That's the key, because once I start designing as I go, it's going to get tighter and tighter. So you want to start really loose. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. This one is super tight. That's what I was saying. So for some reason, and some of the brands are tighter than others, you kind of try to push the air towards the end and it loosens it up, but it's not letting me here. So I think this size of balloon and this brand is probably on the more tight side. So I worry about that it's going to pop. So, which is fine. Balloons pop. That's not a problem at all. I pop balloons every time I twist. So, but it does alarm people. Like if I'm twisting for people or with people, I don't want to scare anybody. So kids get scared, obviously. So, okay, so I'm going to keep going and I'm going to make one of, where is it? I'm going to make one of these, but with more bubbles on the end. I had to stop here because I needed a stem in order to tie it into the body of the bouquet. So I'll keep going and I want it to be in a straight line. So these are called bubbles. So each little twist is a bubble. And I want it to go straight all the way down. I don't want it to twist and turn. So there's a way to make sure it doesn't do that. So every third, so I make 3 little of these pinch twist bubbles on the end. That's how I started. And then a regular bubble, and then 3 more pinch twist bubbles. So a pinch is I fold it over and pull it up and twist around. So that's one, and it's a pinch twist is what it's called. So you can see the angle. So I lost my straight up and down, because I want a straight stem, right? So I'll make the second one. I'm going to make 3, and I'll show you why. So you twist another circle. And I usually go 3 or 4 times, like spin it around 3 or 4 times. And you fold it over, pull let's see. I'll show you. So you twist this over, pull the bubble up away from the other latex underneath and twist it around. It's super tight. You can hear it snap, crackling, and popping. And, I don't mind if I pop it, but they also don't last as long if they're too tight because there's pressure on the latex. So they're going to start to seep air over time faster than they would if they were loose. I'm trying to figure out why it's so darn tight. Before I tied the knot at the beginning, I should have let more air out. So that's what you do for that as well. Okay, so that's number 2 on the pinch cluster. So I'll make the third one. So this is, my latest craft. So now I have 3. Okay, so what you do is I arrange them in such a way, they kind of look like little beans. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a little bean shape. Once you twist it, it turns it into this shape. So the center part here is going to go to the center of the cluster. So there's 3, and they create a circle around this bubble that I did not pinch above it. So 3 pinch twists, a regular bubble, 3 more pinch twists. I don't know if you care about this kind of detail. I'm not planning to do a demo or a tutorial or anything. It's just interesting. Okay, so then in order to create that, where's the other one? This one, take a look. I just have to continue that process all the way as far down as I want it to go in order to. So this one I want really long to stick out the top of the bouquet. So I have to really be disciplined in paying attention to detail and where I'm at, how high it needs to be. I've been bad at that. I just want to go for it when I'm creating. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to plan. I don't want to measure. I don't want to do anything like that. But I don't want to twist that one. So you can undo it. Just untwist, let go. So I make the bubble. Now, if I let go of the bubble, actually, it's not going to do it for me. It's going to untwist naturally. Actually, you know what? This balloon is not untwisting. It's a different brand that I'm not used to. So I bought a bunch of different ones, and I'm not sure I marked them to know the difference. But the fact that it didn't unravel quickly when I let go is a good thing. Because if you're it's a long story, but that was it's not letting go. That's really good. So I wish I knew which brand this was, because I'm still trying to pick my favorite. So, and then as you can see, this bubble here that I'm going to twist or pinch, I should say, is bigger than the ones up here. So I like to make the side, flowers in the wild are not perfect. They have a variety. So it's more round if it's bigger. I don't know if you can tell the difference between the ones below and that one, how much bigger it is. And then I can put 2 small ones next to it. So I don't want it to be perfect. I don't like that look. I'm more of an organic artist in anything I do. That's why I make it up as I go along. And then I never know what's going to come out in the end. So I have trouble with precision work in any kind in life. I like to wing it. So I think anyone that followed my journey in Los Angeles last year knows that I like to wing it. And as a result, I get stressed sometimes because, especially when you're traveling, you do have to plan to a certain extent. I really wish I could tell if everything's working here. My mic is on and everything. It better be, because I've been talking for how long now? A while. Yeah, it's not muted. The mic button is... Okay, it says the microphone is in use by Edge. And I'm on YouTube, so yeah, that's Edge. So it should be fine. Anyways, yeah, I know everybody that watches my channel is over. There's 2 other lives going right now, and the drama's raging. So maybe somebody will get tired of it and get off and see me. But I just wanted to say hi and check in. So I've been spending, I don't even watch TV anymore, but I do watch my live streams and the Scientology protest stuff still. I follow quite a few people that are doing a variety of different things. And I'm not going to go into that too much, because who cares? It's just, it's sort of a regular thing I do. And I watch, I've been reading tarot readers lately. And I've been I've had a really interesting spiritual journey through my life. I'm into it, then I'm not into it. I run into like really, I don't know, really good people that are doing, workshops and spiritual meditation retreats and all those kinds of things. Then I run into a bunch of weirdos for a while, and then I pull out of the whole community and get sick of it and then go back in because I miss it. And so right now I'm missing my spirituality phase. Like I should be meditating because I don't even need to call it spirituality. I just need to meditate. I'm able to do like pure silent meditations. I don't need to be guided. And I know how to meditate in movement as well. So I've been at my most peaceful and happy, not happy, but most content in life when I'm meditating regularly. So that is in its essence spirituality, and that's all I need, really. I don't need other people to lead me or guide me, but community is nice. So, and so I was watching tarot just to see what it's about. Didn't know much about it. I shied away from it for years because I thought it was cheesy and fake. But I'm telling you, lately, I found like there's a lot out there. Most of them are just shake my head. But I've found two or three that are really resonating, and spooky how accurate it is. Because I do believe in the birth chart. The depth of information in there is pretty accurate. Actually, spookily accurate for my signs under that system. And there's different systems too. I don't know a whole lot about, the variety, but so what I've been watching lately is kind of interesting, and I do have some cards, so I might start to dabble in that. I'm very skeptical. I'm definitely, like, when I say atheist, I don't mean like I don't believe in God per se, but I believe in, I don't know, something. I believe in love for sure, but not the love that humans think of love. There's a lot of ego attached to that. But anyways, I don't know. I feel like I know less than I ever have. And I started exploring this stuff when I was a teenager. And I feel like I'm less decided than ever. But I think that comes with wisdom and age. Like we don't know anything. So it's easier just to admit that and just go with it. And then when something feels good, go with that too. And sometimes that's what this tarot stuff is with a very few of these creators. That's what they're giving me, is something to think about, because it's like, wow, she's giving numbers and amounts and specific details. It's not my reading, but it's meant for like I'm a Cancer sign, and like all cancers, like this is going on in the cosmos and whatever. And it's spooky. It's just, anyways. So I don't want to go on about that too much because I'm still out, like the jury's out, and I don't know if it'll ever come back in. It might just be hung. And this is so freaking tight. I'm scared I'm going to start popping balloons. Like they're really tight. I might just leave it at that, actually. So I want a really long, tall one. So that's good, because if I go too much further, I feel like it's going to pop. And if it does, that's okay. What you do is tie a knot wherever it did pop. Sometimes I fill the air back in if too much of it got let out, and then continue and tie a knot wherever you're at. So yeah, that's one of those. So it's going to be another tall one. I'll show you how I make a rose. Okay, I want to do a white one now that's smaller though. Where's my white? If you can see over here, I'm not going to show you. I'm in my bed too. My left hip is getting sore, so I should probably be sitting properly at a table so that my body, I've had major physical problems with my body lately. These ones were one of the first bags I bought. They came from China, and I got them on Amazon, and they pop like you would not believe. So I use them for practicing. I've just started to give my balloons away and go public, so I'll talk about that later. But so I don't mind if I'm practicing with crappy balloons to use them up. But well, that is white. Okay, those are white, but I want a small one. So where's the bag of white? So I put all my balloons in different bags. Like all the blacks are in here, and there's So I have the 3 sizes right now, the 260s, the 160s that are smaller, and then the round ones are 5-inch round. Black. I'm definitely not doing black on this bouquet, so I can tuck that over there. And then yellow. So I have been spending, so a bag of 50 balloons is about $4 Canadian. And it's a really inexpensive hobby compared to a lot of the other arts and crafts I've done in the past. So I put all 3 sizes in this one bag. So there's the 2 different sized, long balloons, and then the rounds. And they're all in here if I need, because I'm starting to like pay attention to color. So I've sort of sorted them by color. These are pink. I have the 2 shades of pink in this particular bag. And then here's my greens. I have 2 shades of the 3 different sizes. And then what else do I have here on the bed? Oh, I grabbed red. They're not in this bouquet. I'm going to leave red out of it, so I'll tuck that aside. But I can't find the whites. Why are the whites not here? Because I'm in bed and it's a mess. That's why. I'm kind of like your classic, typical artist, like messy, and I'm constantly cleaning up and I can never get it there, So anyways, it's me, whatever. I'm not dirty. I clean a lot, but I'm just messy because I have so many crafts and stuff going on. I mean, I also collect Pokemon cards. I have Pokemon cards right here on my tray. So I've always got 3 or 4 things going on at one time. Weirdo. Anyways, so weird in a good way. I like being weird, so I can say that about myself. I can't find my white balloons. So I can't make a small one. So I won't, because I don't feel like getting up. And I'm on stream, so anyways, I have a few whites, but they're the big ones. So I'll just make a couple more. So what I'm doing is I'm making 2 kinds of flowers today. These are roses. They're not perfect yet. There's something wrong, and I can't figure out what it is. Anyways, whatever, because only I will care. No one else will. And then the tulips. So that one was not a very good one. This one is better. So see, I'm really picky with myself, and I shouldn't do that. So I'll show you. I'll make one of each. Just see at least that. I might keep going tonight and keep talking. So anyways, if I talk your ear off, then I don't have to talk my coworkers' ears off tomorrow. So my bigger pump is for the bigger balloon nozzle. And unfortunately, I also have an electric pump for filling air, but the nozzles are all way too big for the smaller balloons. Now this is not white, it's sand color. It's white that I was looking for. So I was thinking of making the vase out of these sand colored ones, but white is prettier with these bright colors than the sand color is. So I'm just gonna, so I'm a little disappointed. I can't find I also have like 6 pillows in my bed and lots of blankets and dog beds. I call myself Cleopatra. I love hanging out in my bed, and it's like my dais, So it's just comfortable, and it's my little cocoon. I'm Cancer sign, so we like our cocoons. So a Dachshund was a good dog breed to choose, because they also like to do the same thing. Like they hang with me for hours in bed. I don't even think I've used my living room for 2 years, to be honest. Okay, so I really blew this up way, way, way too much. So it's really, I left an end, but I'm going to let out quite a bit of this air so that and that was probably way too much, because I need to make sure I have enough balloon, and it's super, super soft. So this is not popping, which is great, but it's just, I'm going to actually let it all out. So I just let a little bit too much out. So I don't need the whole thing per se, but I don't want to run out either. So yeah. And then if you inflate it and then release, that also helps soften it as well. So I always give it some squeeze right to the end, and it makes sure. Okay, so I have enough nozzle, quite a bit to tie a knot without. I found that my joints were getting really sore in my hands from like not having enough extra to create that easy knot. I was pulling and twisting. There shouldn't be tension. Like it should be really super easy. Okay, so I've tied the knot. This thing makes it so much easier. So I have a feeling like when I watch people do tutorials, none of them use these. So I'm assuming that over time, I'm not going to need to use it. And if I'm loose enough, I definitely don't need to use the tool, but I was getting a sore hand, so I'm going to use it for now. And having it tied onto my wrist makes it a lot easier. So anyways, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm making a rose. So the rose has 3 pinch twists at the beginning. So I'm going to just start the pinch on the second bubble that I made. And if anyone that does balloon twisting is watching me, I don't know if I'm necessarily right. This is just how I'm doing it right now. Probably in a few months, I'll go back and watch other artists. Oh, look what it did. It pushed the air into there. That's interesting. I've never seen it do that before. And I actually like it because it's holding. Usually if you pinch twist the first one, it doesn't stay. But whatever just happened really worked. So anyways, whatever. So yeah, you just keep going. So I'll pinch the second one. Pinch means fold it over, twist both sides of the bubble, fold it over, grab the bubble, pull it up away from the latex below it, and twist around a couple times, 2-3 times. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then I take the nozzle and just wrap it around a few times. It really, really secures it so things don't come apart. Although that was knotted, so it should be fine. And then I'll make okay, I don't need a 3rd pinch at the beginning because it creates that little straight line. So the goal is just to keep it straight. Oh wait, I'm not doing the stem. I'm doing the actual rose. So it doesn't even matter. They don't have to be, in fact, they shouldn't be perfect. They should be kind of like not specifically placed in any position. They look good to me, so whatever. And this one is quite big. And some of the balloons, like this white one, seems way bigger than when I blow up the same size balloon in a different color. So I think the colors have different textures and whatnot. And then again, I have different brands. So I'm finding that out, that I'm probably going to have to land on a specific brand at some point. So anyways, what's new with me? I'll just continue creating here while I catch up. I'm sure no one came here for a tutorial on balloon twisting. So what I'm going to do with the balloon twisting is I'm trying to get out of my corporate job. It's definitely killing my soul. And it's not even, I can't even work anymore in this environment. It's not working out. I don't know if it's like this everywhere in the world right now, but corporate is really just, it's like it's dead inside. And I'm in healthcare, and it's just, we're not there. I feel like I am, but I feel like most people are just not there for the right reasons. And, for me, it's all about people. So I'm creating the main part of the flower now. So I'm just I won't tell you, demonstrate what I'm doing, but you'll be seeing it, obviously. If you have questions later, just ask, and I'll definitely explain it. But how many do I need of those? And then I forget, how to do this. I think it's 4. See, here's another one, but it's, way smaller. Look at the difference in the balloon size. So, there's going to be different size roses. But that's okay. That's good. I like variety. It's organic. So in the wild, you don't have any 2 roses identical. Okay, so there's 4 of them. That underneath. Just secure it so it doesn't come out. There you go. So, yeah, so I want to get out of that corporate environment. It's actually making me into somebody I don't like. I complain too much. I'm not happy. And I make the people around me. I really love my coworkers. And I'm just not a positive person to be around. I don't like that. That's not my nature. So it's time to go. Sometimes it's just time to go. But I wanted to retire there. I wanted that to be where I am when I end my career because I love my job. I love my work. I love what I do. And I know I'm good at it. And it's just a win-win all around, except the corporate aspect of it, the bureaucracy and the upper crust of the department and the environment and the organization really is so problematic. It's almost untenable. It's I don't know how many people out there work in corporate, but it's just really gotten bad. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm just noticing it all of a sudden, but there. Cute, hey? And there you have a rose. Like, it's so interesting how you can create this type of thing from a balloon, you know. Tuck that underneath I pull the end through. I go between the balloons. I go between here and pull it through, and it's grippy, like it's latex, so it's gripping onto each other. So I can let go now, and it won't release. I don't even have to tie a knot, which is cool. So I'm just going to go around one more time because you want to make sure. And sometimes these types of finishes where there is, I'm going to actually put a knot in here. I got to learn my lesson because a lot of my designs lately have been deflating really, really quickly. They should last 3 or 4 days, and they're not. So, and I just ruined the, see, live and learn. I just pulled it apart, so it's not, okay, there we go, I'm good. I've got to learn to put in a knot. Like I just don't feel like it, but I'm learning my lesson. I'm learning why it's necessary. So that shape didn't stay. So I think I need to watch a video again on how to make a rose because I'm not getting it right now. It's not working. So it's good enough. It still looks like a flower. I'm just going to leave it, but you know, I'm going to accept that it doesn't have to be perfect. But no, I'm not. Look at me. I'm still playing with it. I'm manhandling it here. Heather, stop it. Okay, so if I keep going that way, is it going to fix it? Sort of. One more time. I'm pulling it around, but I think it's just twisting around and around on the bottom. But it is good enough. Close enough. Okay, and then I want to put a stem on it. Every flower has a green stem, and I have the 2 shades. Where's my green bag? Here it is. Okay, so let's use and I'm using the skinnies, the 160s for the stems, because I don't want thick stems. That looks weird. I've seen that, and I don't like that look at all. So I think I'm putting mostly the tulips have the light green, and the roses have the dark green. Yeah, this is not right. How do I change that? How can I fix that? What am I doing wrong? It's going to bug me. I can't help it. I get obsessy if it's not the way I want it. I just have to accept that. Okay, where's my tiny pump too for the tiny balloons? Shoot. This is the story of my life. Because I have ADHD, I don't put things down in a certain spot. So it's always there when I need it. I'm trying to train myself to do that. So I'm always looking for something. Scissors, I lose scissors every 10 minutes. And you do need scissors in this work. Yeah, I lost my small pump. And I didn't lose it. It's here somewhere. But I don't want to get up and move, for God's sakes. Welcome to the life of Heather, the ADHDer extraordinaire. I think I see it. There it is. There's my little pump. Yeah, ADHD. Anyone that has ADHD gets it. I'm used to it. I just laugh at myself. It is what it is, whatever. I like having it because it makes me interesting and creative, and I know how to have a good time. Like when I'm healthy, I'm fun. So whatever. And I do drive myself and others crazy, but not in a really bad way, just in a cute way. So I love it. That's cute, actually. This just a simple flower. Okay, so let's make a stem for that the rose. Okay, I'm going to cave in. See, I can't do it. So I'm just going to use my phone here and find a twisted balloon twisting rose. And it'll show me. Like, everybody makes roses, so it's not like I'm stealing. Millions of people make roses out of balloons. So I'm just going to put the video on with the, Oh, it's really different. I see what she did. Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, well, it's so simple. I could spot it right away. Okay, good. So am I going to be able to untie this? Yes, I am. This is cool. I can show you. I can back out because I didn't tie it like a tight knot. It was just tucked in, so I can pull it out. If it pops, whatever. And I actually can do this with nails. No problem. So, all right. So I'm going to undo this to what point do I want to undo this? I know. So untwist it. I just look underneath and I can see which way I need to go to untwist it. And because it's so loose, I can kind of pull on it and not worry about any popping. You get the feel for it once you do it a few times, like, do it a few times and you start to get a feel for how much you can tug on it. So what I need to do is undo it down to this level. And then I'll undo that bubble. Or no, I do need that bubble. No, I don't, actually. There's only 3 bubbles before I start to go to the finish. So I'm just going to... So once I undid all of that extra bubble that I didn't need, you just kind of squeeze through to get rid of the ridges and stuff and make it like a straight, back to its original straight shape. Okay, so I want to twist into the end and then it just folds over at the end. And then this is where I wrap it around and then back down. It's kind of like a little cape. Oh, that is so much better. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me just check one more time, this lady, what hers look like. I'll show you what I'm looking at in a second. Let's turn it sideways so it's big. There we go. Hang on. There we go. Oh, she was, hang on, bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, come on, get rid of the... Okay, so this is what hers are looking like. So I'm telling you, there are so many people doing this in the world right now. It's very popular. So this is my escape route to get out of my corporate job. That's what I was trying to say 15 minutes ago. Okay, so... Okay, let me just make sure. Does she cross it over at the bottom? Yes, she does. So what I'm wondering, I don't know how much you can see this. The light is weird, but I'm going to cross it over at the bottom. Instead of here, I'm going to put it over here. That's what I wasn't sure about. And then take my nozzle, and tuck it in and finish it at that point. So it's going to get squeaky here for a minute. So yeah, so if I can... Okay, I see. That works way better. Oh my God. Oh well. Whatever. Live and learn. So I live in a really tourist area, and I feel like there isn't enough tourist attractions here. It's still really quaint. Like it's a nice place if you like vacationing somewhere that is like beautiful and there's tourists, but it's not so busy that it's insane. Well, it's starting to get insane in certain areas, but there's things to do. There's not a huge variety yet. It's more like just people come here and go camping and enjoy the water and the beach and the boating and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of other stuff going on. So what I did was a lot of you know that I bought a van last year that I actually had planned to retire and live in it starting last year, but some shit happened. And I'm laughing because some of you know what that is. And it just really threw me off and I had to regroup. So I kind of feel like I didn't lose a year because that was a very valuable year that I've spent, with it. But it changed my plans. So I didn't need the van as soon as I thought I did. So financially, it's been like, oops. But yeah, because to make it work, I would need to rent my house out and live in the van and travel. And that was the goal, but it got on hold. So now I'm living in both. I use both because the van is my actual vehicle, my main vehicle. So long story, but anyways, there's a story to that. And if you're interested, I have some videos up and it's really ugly. Like you'll see me losing it and lots of tears and all kinds of stuff. It was very honest, but if there's anyone out there just finding me, it definitely was a journey, a personal journey that I've been on. And I'm just coming out at the tail end of it. And I'm really not finding that I belong in the community, really. It's not a fit. It's just not a fit. It's not me. And part of me is sad about some of that because I thought I was with some, like, but yeah, that's better. Oh my goodness. It's so much better. It's a rose. It's so cute. Now I need a stem for it. Okay, so I'm going to take my small dark green. Then I'll make another tulip. And how many do I need? So I'm going to have 2 of each color, 2 dark pink, 2 light pink, and 2 whites. And then maybe 4 different yellow tulips. I want all the tulips to be the same color. So I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't know why my mind works the way it does, but my mind was very specific about that. And something told me to do that. And I just go with that. So that is creativity, but it comes from intuition. So I like bouquets of tulips. Maybe that's it. I like bouquets of tulips that are a solid color. So it's just a personal preference. So I've done tulip bouquets of all different colors because they come in all different colors in nature. So anyways, so I just need to, I have trouble drinking water. So I've been drinking bubbly lately and it's really helping. I'm not sure it's good for you for hydration. I honestly don't know if I should look it up because I'm always dehydrated. It's a problem lately. So anyways, yeah, so I was researching like the balloon twisting and I don't know, there was a day, I don't know how many months ago, 2, 3, 4 months ago, something hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I want to be a clown. I want to do that instead. I don't know why, because I love kids, but I don't love kids. I don't want to work with kids all day. I would never do that for a job, but I love making kids happy and I love hanging out with them and talking to them and having common interests with them. But I don't want to take care of them. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means. You know what it is? I think I do. I think my inner child has really been, oh yeah, those greens are really stiff. So I'm going to let more out. Oh, look what happened. These are so different. I can see, I've seen people do this online and I wasn't able to recreate it. But with this balloon brand, it's easy. That is so interesting. So I'm going to start again because I let too much out. But it's just, yeah, I'm learning. You're watching me learn real time. So whatever that brand is, they could serve. It's nice to have those little like bubbles hanging off the wobbly middle for like tails on animals and stuff like that. There's a purpose for those. Sometimes like in a flower, they have those, what are those called? The pistils or whatever sticking out the top. Those are good for flowers and stuff. I was just thinking if I should put some on these flowers. I'm not going to. I might change my mind because roses don't have those, do they? No, they don't. They don't have those. So I'll wait till I'm doing. So I just let out quite a bit of air at the end, so it makes it softer. But these balloons are really stiff, but I don't think they pop. I think this is one of the best quality ones I've got. And you know what? Like a dummy. Oh, I know. I could go back to my invoices and see which brand was the dark green. That's what I'll do to figure it out. Because I'm actually liking balloons that don't pop easily, obviously. Because I'm actually going to eventually make a living out of this. That's the goal. So if something hit me, be a clown. So interesting. And I can't just be a clown. I have to be a clown and 3 other things too. So the mind of somebody with ADHD, you're seeing it real time. So I'm thinking, then I started looking at balloon decor, where people make the great big arches and the great big massive, there's 100 balloons in a design and stuff, and they're beautiful. They're very popular. I think it really took off during COVID. So I wasn't planning to do any of that type of work, but then they're talking about how that's where the money is if you want to make a living at it. So you can make a balloon sculpture is what it's called that has 100 balloons and charge like $1,500 for it. I'm like, whoa, that would be nice. And it's for corporate events and stuff like that. So, the money that you make on it depends on the size because I think they measure them by foot or whatever, square feet or whatever. because some of them are really big. So anyways, that's the last thing I'm going to do in this journey right now. It's my last priority right now. Number one is the balloon twisting for kids. So yes, I'll do birthday parties, and I showed up. I went with my son and grandson on Sunday. Today's Monday, so it was yesterday. We went to the like a play place, an indoor play place for kids, and I brought my balloons with me. I got permission from the management to make balloons for any kids that want them, because I make all these cute animals and stuff, and then I have to throw them out because I have no one to give them to, and except my grandson. When we're seeing him, we get him, we get visitation, so then he gets them all, but he's getting bored. He gets all these balloons. Well, he's always grateful. He's only 3.5, and he's so sweet. He's so, Grandma, that's beautiful. He's just very generous in his praise and his admiration of my work. He actually scolded my son one day. I made him a Spider-Man. It was really cool. It had abs and everything. It was really cool. And and then my son woke up from his nap, and he came out and, Daddy, look at the Spider-Man Grandma made me. And he says, oh, I'm going to get that Spider-Man. So he caught it and took it from him, and they're chasing around, running. And then my son threw it, just joking. He was joking. He threw it down. He says, okay, I'm done with that. Just joking around. And my grandson, he's only 3. He goes, Dad, Grandma worked really hard on that. Don't do that again. I'm like, oh my God, he loves me I can tell he sees me as a grandma. So it's so really neat to be on that end of life where I know how I idolized my grandmothers, and they were always nice, no matter what. They were always nice and loving and giving, period, and spoiled and broke the rules and all those things that grandmas do. And I always couldn't wait to be a grandma. It was my dream come true, is to become a grandma. So I honestly am never happier than I am this right now. And it just gets better every time. Like we're buddies, man. We're so close. And so when they stay overnight here, they can spend a weekend here with me. And so Daddy sleeps in the other room. So he can my grandson chooses to sleep with either Grandma or Daddy. He always chooses Grandma. He's never chosen Daddy over Grandma. So it's like, oh my God. But he gets up at 5 in the morning. So I try to let my son sleep in. So I'm doing that for him too, because he can get that break in the morning. But we just lay in bed. Like I do balloons in bed. We do this like I do, whether he's here or not. This is where I am. And I put on his cartoons, and he watches cartoons, and we lay there and we doze off, and we get like an orange. And I just taught him how to peel an orange. So he's only 3, and most people will peel their kids' oranges for them. But you know what? He has fingers. So I actually spent like 10 minutes teaching him how to peel an orange. I started it for him, and then I showed him how I do it. And then he was practicing, and he peeled most of the orange. And it's funny how people don't but it took 10 minutes. So I took the 10 minutes of time to do that. And he was so proud of himself. It was a big deal. So I raised my son that way too, to be honest. I made him clean the bathroom at 5 or 6 years old. Now, he didn't clean the whole bathroom. He cleaned small parts of the bathroom, but I taught him little tiny techniques the correct way that he was able to do at that age. So like people would say, you're making your kid clean the bathroom at 5. No, I didn't. I cleaned 90% of it, but it's just starting it at a young age. So he's extremely independent, and he didn't need me into his 20s and 30s at all. He moved out younger than any of his friends, and he came back when he went to school, college and stuff. But just, it's surprising what they can do at a younger age than you would think. So when he went into school, like grade 1, he was making his own lunch, but I was right there with him, supervising every step of the way. Because if I left it to him, it would be, not what I expect him to eat for lunch. So, so he'd come home every day, and he'd have to empty his lunch bag and rinse it out and just do the thing, and then get his lunch ready for the next day. So when he's making it, he's eating everything because he's putting in the work. So and people are like, you make your 6-year-old. But then I would sneak like love notes into his bag. So I was still mom and still, just little things like that. Like I took him to, when my ex had a business trip in Europe. So we took advantage of the savings and money that the company was paying for at least one of the flights and the hotels and stuff. So we, scrounged up extra so that my son and I could go as well. So in the London subway system, what do they call it? Why am I blanking out? It's not subway. Oh, geez. Tube. It's the tube. God, getting old sucks. See, I want to put this up here so I don't lose it again. And this one too. So anyways, we're in the tube and we have to get to, where were we trying to go? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. One of the tourist attractions on the tube. So we got my son, and at that time he was 11 or so, 12, something like that. And we had him say, okay, pretend we're not here and you need to get to that place. Here we are in the train station. What do you do? So he's okay. So it's a little challenge. He gets this little look on his face, a smile, like he's going into detective mode. And by then he's used to this. We raised him that way. So then he goes and finds the map, and then he's like, how do I? And he studied the map for a while, and then he found, like, the tourist things they stand out on those maps. So anyways, and then we had our own like maps with us. That was back in the paper days. There was no internet. There was no, GPS. So that tells you how old I am. Anyways, that's a dead giveaway. So that is so much better. What a distraction that is. I'm looking at it going, all the other ones are wrong. And I'm not going to redo them because that's silly. They look good still. It's just, okay. So I either put some of my stems I'll finish my story. I'm not done yet, but I just want to stop. And so some of them I put some bubbles on the bottom for leaves or whatever, and some of them I didn't. So I shake it up. And this is the thing, I shake it up. As I go, I do every one different. And it's like, sometimes it's nice just to be consistent. So I have to stop that. Like, simplicity is a nice thing. Oh, and the static, like when I make a balloon, whatever structure, it's covered in dog hair. I have 2 dogs. One is black, one is brown. It's covered in dog hair. So if I start selling these, I'm going to have to like blow dry off and it blows off really easily. It's just, I can't be delivering balloons with hair all over them. Dog fur. That is really pretty though. I'm glad I took the time to do it right. Anyways, okay. So stem. So you just tie them together basically. So the thing is, if I tie knot to knot, it's going to dangle. It'll dangle. I don't want it to dangle. So what I'm going to do, and I'm still learning this type of techniques, I can stick my knot nozzle through the balloon. Just stick it through and pull it through instead of tying knot to knot so that it doesn't dangle. And oh, it is dangling. Shoot, see? I'm still learning how, and if there are any balloon artists watching me right now, they're going to say, okay, just go watch tutorials because you should know that. I know, okay, I know. Okay, so that's not dangling too much. I think I need to just tighten. I can pull it through just a little bit tighter and then it won't dangle. This is just me. I'm sorry, but this is no apologies. I'm not apologizing. I'm not sorry. It's just how I do things, but technique wise, I like it's interesting because I think somehow eventually I catch on. See, that actually turned out okay. And flowers do wave in the wind, so we don't want it to be stiff. Like, it should bobblehead around. So I think it's just a matter of if I keep doing this, eventually my own work is going to get perfect without studying how to make it perfect. I'll just naturally, intuitively, instinctively figure it out. Okay, so how long this one will be one of the longest ones. So I need to start measuring. So just give me a sec over here. Oh, look, I have this. I can use that for my next tulip. So I need to start stacking them up so that I can gauge. See, look at the difference. Huge difference. Do I want my bouquet that big? Yes. This is a gift. So across the street from where I live, there's a convenience store gas station, and it's been in this small town, and it's in a residential neighborhood. It's kind of different. It's like it's the general store. That's what it was called. And it's like a fixture. It's been in this town for decades. It's forever. It's a staple of the town. So, anyways, so they recently just tore it down. So it was a really big deal. I actually got video footage of the demolition of it actually falling down, which is really cool because I'm going to make a video for them. So I was lucky enough to get that moment. So I decided I would take progressive pictures of the building, of the new building and stuff. And I've got some really cool shots. So I'm going to make a slideshow out of it. I will put it on this channel at some point, and then share it on Facebook, our community pages. I think that might be too tall. I'll leave it for now. I can always shorten this stem. It's way high, but this could be really cool if I make it. Like, I want a massive bouquet. This is a gift for these people, to the owners. A congratulations on the store and the big grand opening kind of thing. So I went over there the other night. They had their grand opening on Halloween night. So we went in costume, and they did a little Halloween thing and stuff, and met the manager, and the owner was there, and we were all like, I was just praising them for, it was a big deal. And they, for these people, I went in and celebrated with them basically. When I'm healthy, which I am right now, I'm gushy and happy. So I share that everywhere I go. I love talking to strangers. I just do. It's the way I am when I'm doing well. Okay, so there's the bouquet, but the one that's super long, you can see the difference. I'm going to fill all that in with flowers. So it's going to go up, 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 up. And then it'll be like a bouquet like that. I'm going to end up having, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, around 15, 20 balloons. And that's going to be, this could be, I could sell something like this for a couple $100. And they don't take that long to make, as you can see, when I'm not talking in between so much. So I just had to line them all up, and I'll put them down all together so I can sort of measure as I go and see what length I need to continue the pattern. Okay, so next would be a dark pink in a small balloon. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I could have different sizes in the colors. Yeah, there's a small. I'll do another small one. So anyways, yeah, so we were in there and I met them. So I want to have one last video of going into the store with the balloon bouquet from my perspective. It won't be on me, but it's the bouquet. I'm going to present it to them. I'll phone ahead, make sure the owner's there, and hopefully the manager too. He's really nice. And present it to them, congratulate them, and do a video tour of the store, saying, Lake Country, this is your new store, and and congratulations, come on down. They have like ice cream. You wouldn't believe the ice cream, because in the summer, this is tourist central. There's it's hot, it's deserty, but the lakes are beautiful, and there's tons of tourists. So the ice cream, people line up for it's 50 people deep for ice cream. And they're selling, they're doing chicken and samosas, because it's Indians that run it. So there's samosas and chicken, and it's really catching the fast foodie thing, but it's really good and people are raving about it. So it's kind of good quality, like fast food. And it's a nice big bright store, and everything's brand new, and it's just nice. So I live across the street from it. So I told them I live right across the street. So I used to get their, how stores put banners outside showing what's on sale, and or that they have ice cream inside or whatever. If we had a storm or a windstorm, whatever, all their stuff always ended up in my yard. So I'd go over there the next day and say, oh, look what I found. And they got to know me that way before. So anyways, I said, you'll be seeing me when I collect your loose apparel flying around the neighborhood. So it's nice. There's no strip mall. It's just the store and the gas station. Oh, across the street from them on their side of the street is a hardware store. But that's it. And the rest is all neighborhood. So it's kind of a quaint little neighborhood. Okay, so I'm making a rose out of the dark pink. So I make a bubble before, I don't twist it right away because it usually won't stay. Although those greens were staying. So 3 twists. So I do the second one first. And I can twist the first one last so that you twist the nozzle into the other ones that are there. Just a little tip so you don't waste your time trying to hold it in place. So anyways, so once I get that last video of presenting the flowers, congratulating them, then I'll get some I'm learning to video edit. I'm getting better and better at it all the time. I'd never done it up until last year when I was in Los Angeles and doing my activism and stuff. I mean, I was really bad, but I just dove into it and just started, and you just have to do it and get better over time. And okay, so I'm doing a rose, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just getting better at it. I might start to study some tutorials and try to be more professional about even this type of thing. I have ideas on videos but you know, I have a problem with having ideas because I have too many, and it's hard to focus in on one and get really, really good at one thing. So that's, again, ADHD. So, but I think the video making, I enjoy it a lot. It's very creative. So I need to learn the tools and learn how to make it more professional looking and get a proper microphone and get proper, you know, I actually bought a GoPro camera to attach on the laptop instead of using the, you know, and then I got to work on backgrounds, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, it's going to come, but I've been playing in the editing software, and there's like, they're free now. Like in Microsoft 365, there's free tools, you know. So I'm learning even the basic tools, and then over time I'll, you know, build on that. But I can make a pretty nice video with just the basic free version. And yeah, so I'm going to put together like a video of right from demolition of the property to where it's at now, right up to when I'm presenting them with their little present for me, and then put some music to it. And I don't think I'm going to talk in it, but I'll put some text just with dates and stuff to show when all this happened. A little piece of Lake Country history. And I'll send it to the town, and I'll send it to, obviously, the owner and manager of the store. And I'll post it on the Facebook groups of the in town. There's 2 or 3 of them that are like community pages type of thing. And share it with the community. And then everybody can see, like, I live right here. So I you know, I'm a good person to, yeah, I'm going to make it longer than the other ones. There's slight variety. So someday I'll have to make a bouquet of identical flowers and see how much better that looks. I don't know. I never do that. I never stay the same. I get bored immediately, so I have to change it up, you know. But sometimes simple is better. So I'm going to have to train myself to, you know, it might look weird. Roses aren't that long. I'm going to undo it. I changed my mind. It's a nice thing. You learn quickly how to backtrack, how to undo. That looks interesting, hey? Heather. It's like when I peel an orange, like a mandarin orange, I show my friends, look. Some of you might know what I mean. I'm not going to spell it out. If you don't know, you'll live without the answer. All right, so yeah, so I think it's interesting because you start wrapping it around, coming on back up the 4th time. So different. There's some really, really neat techniques. I had no idea how much of a huge, like, well, it's a really popular art form, and it's not just a craft because you design. And I love that about it, because I'm not crazy about crafting because I don't like following other people's patterns. So if I design it, it's art. If I follow, it's craft, you know. Crafting is good because you learn techniques. I hope that's not too noisy. Oh, look, I just tucked it through in the bottom, and it came out actually even more perfect. I bet you that's the proper way of doing it. And look, it took me, how long did that take me? A minute? That is so cool. Really, really cool. See, and then I start thinking, could I have another little loop going up and to make it even more, this piece? Here, I'll show you. So I have this going on. It already does look like a rose, but if I go up, I don't know, if I do something, what did I just do that looked kind of cool? No. See, I can't just stick to the program. Oh, in the back. Go up the back. Now I can tie this. Here, let me try that actually. If I get under and pull the okay, hang on. No big deal. I can fix it. But that was a neat idea. See, I want to do what other people do and then make it my own or make it better. So when I make animals out of balloons, and maybe I'll make something tonight. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Ooh, look how late it is. I work tomorrow. Oops. Okay, so I need to get this together. I'm just fixing it. See, I mess around with it, and then it's like, I wrecked it. So what was I trying to do, though? And then under. It's because I pulled it up, and everything, because it's sticking on itself. The reason it's holding together right here, where it crosses over, there's no knot in between, but it's sticking because it's latex. So it's just sticking on itself. So when I tried to stick this underneath, I opened it and everything flew out. So it's not just knots holding everything together. It's the nature of the latex material. So pretty cool. You know, I think I have a latex allergy. And I thought of that, like, because I can't have latex bandages when I'm getting medical procedures. So it's interesting that I'm not reacting to the latex. I think it must just be a type of allergy that's only on like mucous membrane type thing, like not on dry skin type of thing. So that's good is my point. Oh, look, my scissors were in the right place. So at the end, what I want to do is cut it off. So this is tied in at the source of the flower. It's tied in pretty tight, twisted and tied in. So if I cut it, if I made a hole right here and let go, it's going to shrivel right up to this point and it won't deflate the rest of it. But I don't take chances because if I didn't twist it enough, then I'm going to lose the work and I have to start again. So I'm going to need about this much deflated balloon to tie a knot at the end and tuck it in and do like finish it. So what I do is I make a bubble for that amount. Then I make a tiny bubble. I hold the first seam with my fingers here. I hold it tight to keep the air from deflating on this part that I want to use as my ending point. Then I use like, you're going to use all 5 fingers when you're doing this. So you start to learn to use in between fingers for different things. And like balloon artists use under their armpits and they put balloons in weird places, between their legs, whatever. So now, okay, so that little bubble just deflated, but that's okay. Just do that, just swirl it. So I'm going to cut right here. So I'm securing this and I cut here. It's going to fly out, so I aim down. And by the way, I have my 2 dogs. Anyone watching that knows me knows I have 2 little dachshunds. One is on the bed at the end of the bed under a blanket sleeping. She can't leave my side, that one. There's under any circumstances, no matter what's going on. So she's dealing with it. She doesn't like the balloons, but she's dealing with it because when I cut an end off, sometimes they fly across the room. And I always have to, when I'm finished, I get up and go collect all the pieces everywhere. That's normal. But I'm learning to aim down so they land here and then I collect them right here later. But my other dog, she's terrified and she's under the bed right now. So when I get my stuff out, she gets up, shakes, goes down the ramp and under the bed. And that's our routine. Okay, so now I'm going to let go and there's my extra piece. You can see that it's not deflating. But if I left it like this for a day, it would probably start to deflate here. It's a weak point, right? So this is where I don't need to tie a knot, but I can, no, I don't need to tie a knot, but I can take it and pull it tight and stick it underneath other just little places. You just tuck it in here and there, and it gives it more and more places, secure points to to stick to itself, right? And then eventually I'm satisfied. I think it's going to be fine. Actually, to be honest, I'll tell you the other part of this. And it came loose again. So again, I'm learning. So just had to secure it back because it was sticking on itself. So when somebody gets this bouquet as the gift, they're not going to be manhandling it. So it's not going to come apart like it is because I'm manipulating it. I know, probably TMI. I think most people won't come here for learning how to do balloons, but I'm weaving my conversation into balloon making as well. So I'm going to leave this little end. I don't have to, like, normally if there's any loose little ends left, I snip them right down as low as I can go. But I'm going to put a stem on here, so I might use this to tie the stem onto the flower. You'll see. So I'm going to make a stem, and this is going to be super, super, super long as well. So I need a full-size balloon, a brand new one. I always end up with little pieces left over. Like when I say they fly across the room because I snip off the end, you end up with these. I have tons of these, so I save them. And I can make, if I'm making a short flower at the bottom of the bouquet, I can use this one. So anyways, you get the idea. So you can use those little pieces, and you can use them for like making eyeballs for animals and stuff like that. So you wouldn't believe the techniques. It's incredible. The creativity is unreal. So I'm at the tip of the iceberg of my learning. Like there's so much to learn. So the fact that I can make anything that looks good is really exciting to me. Yeah. So what was I talking about? Quitting my job and doing this for a living. And this area that I live in has the market. So by spring, my goal, and then the second thing I'm working on, so I have a name as a clown. I have a costume I ordered. I've thought through my style, like how I want to present. I'm not going to be a traditional clown. I decided against that. I want to do something my own, make it my own. I do like traditional clowns with the primary colors, but, you know, I think horror movies have ruined clowns for the world and kids. So most kids are scared of clowns, and that's too bad. So I'm just going to be cute. I have to make it cute so kids aren't scared. I might have different styles depending on the venue. Like if it's a 10-year-old boy party, birthday party for boys, maybe they want scary clown to show up, and I'll talk to the parents. We'll work it out. Maybe I'll be a scary clown now and then, you know, like I'm happy to do that if it makes them, boys love that. Well, girls too. I shouldn't be sexist. Why did I say that? But anyway, some kids might prefer scary clown to show up at their party, and it would make their day, you know. So I'm happy to do that. So I'm going to have different themed clowns. And then what I make will match whatever that clown is. Like, I think the style that appeals to me the most is bohemian for some reason. And the name I chose, I won't announce it yet, but the name I chose is quite a different, unusual kind of bohemian type sounding thing. So stay tuned for that. I just want to wait until I'm ready to actually launch and get business cards and have a Facebook page. And I probably should learn to do a website. I've never made a website in my life, even though I work in IT. I've never done it before. This might be a good time to learn. I have all winter. I'm giving myself until spring to go professional on this. So I'm saving all my vacation next year. I have 31 days holidays. So I'm saving it all for summer so I can take off the majority of the summer and take a run at this. So I have to be really good by then. So I have all winter. It's great. I have lots of time. So the balloon twisting's number one. Number two is face painting. So that's harder. That's why I'm doing the balloon twisting, because I can get out into the public now. And I've been out in public already and giving balloons to kids free. I haven't charged. I haven't made any money on this yet, but I will. And I'll start taking donations at some point. Like if I sit out on a corner somewhere with my balloons, I'll put a jar on the ground, tips appreciated or whatever. And, you know, people make a lot of money just on that, on donations. So if there's like thousands of tourists walking past me all day it's families. So downtown of the city I live near is packed all summer, like seriously packed. People come from all over the world. So I'm going to be able to get some business. And if I can make enough money taking donations that I have an amount in mind at peak season with thousands of tourists going by every day. I have an amount that I want to make every day. It's high because I only want to have to work 3 or 4 months of the year. So can be lucrative. I just need to see if I can do it. If I can't, then I might have to work part-time. But the goal is to get out of my corporate job. And I'm going to take next summer to make that happen. So I have to research. I'm going to try to find some small business grants and loans to get all the supplies I need. Like I need to stock up and I need to pay myself back for the money I put in. Like I have all the receipts and everything. I'm not a business person. I've never, that's overfilled. Oops. See, isn't that interesting? Only this color does this brand. So I need to fix that. Shoot, I'll do it again. So interesting. Now I know how to do those, use this brand of balloons. So I want these balloons because I want to be able to make those little knobby things. And the other balloons don't seem easy to, you can do it, but it's hard. So anyway, so that's the goal next summer. So face painting, I've been practicing on my grandson. So he absolutely freaking loves it. And, I mean, how awesome is that? I'm practicing on my own grandchild. He thinks I'm the best grandma ever. I do like balloon animals and face painting every time I see him. So we did Spider-Man, and I think I did a pumpkin and one other thing I can't remember. I'm blanking right out. Maybe spider. Anyways, so and then I went to an event and face painted a woman and 3 kids, and that's it. But I'm not good. I'm horrible. I'm not a painter. I've never worked with paint before in a serious way. So I think I might have to take a course on paints, and not a face painting course, but more just like the different kinds of brushes and how to get different looks and stuff. Like there is technique there, and I need to just suck it up and learn. You know, I just have such a hard time in classrooms, but I mean, I can watch videos, but then I get distracted. So I need to go and sit in a classroom and pay attention like a good girl. It's just not my style. So this rose is going to have petals or leaves, I should say. I just decided just now on the spot. Oh, you know what? First, I should probably... No, I can make it separately. So anyways, so I'm going to be on the street. Okay, so, and if you know me from watching me prior, I have a van. So it's an RV van. It's, it's an RV. It has a full kitchen, full bathroom, bed, everything. But it's quite small. It's a van. I can park anywhere in any parking lot normally, like a car. But it's just small. So I can set up the awning and keep the door open and set up a table and a chair for my customer and do my work right out of my van, which is gold. Because my joke is that I can't afford the van. It was a bad decision and things didn't work out the way I planned because of some weird people. There's weird people in the world, and they really interfered with, I was just unaware of what was going to happen last year. The year before, really. It dragged into the second year last year. But anyways, it threw me off. So the van was going to earn itself because I was going to live in it and rent out my house, which would be enough to live on with my pension if I retired early. So that didn't happen because I have to regroup. So now I have this huge extra expense. The van is like a mortgage payment. It's unreal. It's more than I ever paid for a mortgage, actually. Because it's a loan, it's not a mortgage. So anyways, financial glitch in my matrix, which is easily fixed. I'm not in my financial trouble. I'm just not wealthy. People have this assumption that I am because I have this beautiful van. No, I'm in debt. Like worse than you are, I tell you, most people. So there's a little stems, leaves. So anyways, it's just because of my plan didn't work out, and I can work on the road. Like I can get a part-time IT job and make really good money part-time. So I'm never going to be desperate for money. I always have that to fall back on, but it just doesn't move my soul. It's not the work that I mind. I love the work because I specialize in healthcare stuff, and I won't go into that because it's really specialty and it would bore you, but it's a field no one knows about, really. Very few people in the world even know it exists, really. So anyways, I love it. And I'm just run by corporate people that are interfering with my expertise. That's what it comes down to. So I have actually kind of blown the whistle on it because they're wasting a lot of money because they don't know what they're doing, and they're making me do things that are wrong. And I refuse. I'm not doing it because their little bureaucratic system needs to run a certain way. Screw that. We need to make healthcare run smoothly, and I'm not wasting money. I refuse. So either I leave. Well, before I leave, I'm whistleblowing. So I'm writing. That's a strong word, but I'm writing letters to the top of the chain in terms of like the Ministry of Health of the province I live in. And eventually I will write some letters to the federal government as well, and municipal, all of it. I've had feedback and results already, and they're doing reviews and stuff. Things are going on. But it's from a positive point of view because I have good suggestions, and I'm explaining why it's happening because they're misunderstanding. They don't know what they're doing. And they think, oh, I have an MBA. I need to come in and fix everything. No, you don't understand the environment, and you don't know it's not for profit. We don't make profit on healthcare in Canada. So your thinking is not working in this environment. Number one is patient care, the well-being of our patients, whether you work with patients directly or not. So, I mean, that's so ingrained in my brain that right from college, no matter what you do, it's patient care. So my work indirectly affects patient care, very indirectly. It affects how much money we get from the government in our budget based on there. Yeah. So I have this little end. I tucked it in. Now I just wrap it around a bunch of times, and I don't have to tie a knot. Wrap it around the leaves a bunch of times, and it's like sticking to itself all the way a million times. Like there's absolutely no way. So this is another little interesting little technique. If this was turned sideways like that, it's crooked. So see how it's leaning to the side? So if I turn this, these three little leaves a certain way, if I twist them a certain way, it pushes the flower straight. So that's the thing about when you see knobs and pinch twists and leaves, these are called bubble folds, fold bubbles, one of the two. So these are techniques to keep things in line, not only for the look of it and the design, but it's also serving a purpose for keeping things. So I can have them completely flat all the way around. Flowers don't grow that way. So I like to turn them at angles and make it look more organic. Some people do it like all nice and the same and perfect every way. Oh, and the other thing is, if you look here, the way I left it, I don't know if you can see, but I'll turn it right there. So you can see knots in there. That's a big, ugly no-no. So I have to adjust it. So when you finish, you have to kind of look at everything and cover those holes. Like you adjust and manipulate things to cover the holes so that it, like no one's looking that closely, but I certainly see it. And, if I'm going to be a professional, I need to learn how to make it look really good. But I'm not going to have three leaves pointing all the exact same way. That's weird. Like flowers don't do that. And that's probably more of an organic artist strategy. Other people might do it differently because they're more meticulous in their work. So that's what artistry is all about. You do it, you do you. That is a perfect flower. That actually came out really, I'm very happy with that. Once I found that proper technique to cross them in the front. That is so cute. Anyways, it's a rose, right? Anyways, I think so. It is because I Google it. Okay, so you can see the difference in the height. So they're going to be staggered. Okay, so that one. Oh, it's not as tall as I thought it was. Uh-oh. So I need to create, it's because I made the 3 fold twists. So I wasted a bunch of the length. So I have to do less of that. I need a bunch of long ones. That's okay so I'm going to do a super long tulip. Tulips are all yellow. Yeah, so that's what's happening with my, people, because last year, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago in Los Angeles, I told everybody I was quitting my job and I'm retiring and I'm going to protest Scientology. And that was the plan. I actually meant it. So then everybody's like, oh, I thought she was like, they came at me indirectly all over, like my name's all over the internet. I've been bullied really badly. I've been on a journey, and actually it's changed me in the end for the better. It brought out some things that needed to be healed, and it was really, really painful and ugly. And I've been accused of being crazy and all kinds of stuff because it really, and I publicly displayed all of this. I'm back to being myself. I'm happy again and I'm normal. I feel normal again, but I had to go through it. And it actually brought me to a better place than I've ever been in my life. I've never been happier as I am right now. And that's saying a lot. Like I've been alive a long time. So, yeah. And when I say happy, I mean content on a continuous basis, like a lot of days in a row. And that's a big deal for me. So, well, for any human. So, yeah, so my plans got changed because my enemy, the enemy was Scientology, the cult. It ended up being unexpectedly something else. And that's what I was meant to go down there to do. In the big picture, if I look back, the cult was the sideline. It was a reason to step into this challenge and grow and change and learn. And I was too naive about the world. Things I've never experienced before. I'm not used to certain types of people. So I stepped into a culture I'm not comfortable or familiar with and learned. And in order to be out in the world, in the degree I hope to be, I can't be naive. I have to keep myself safe if I'm going to travel by myself. And I'm a prime target for hijacking, like a carjacking and stuff. I mean, my vehicle is a home on wheels. So, and it was not cheap. So, yeah. So I think I understand what happened now. And I'm really embarrassed about a lot of my own behavior. Even some of it, I can see why at times people think what they thought. Like they thought I was lying about certain things. And I watch myself back and I can see why they think that, even though I didn't lie about, and not a single thing. My memory of things might have changed over time. And I was telling a story one time and I was looking up while I was thinking. And people say when people look up while they're talking, they're lying. So I looked it up and it's like, well, I wasn't lying. So why was I looking up when I was talking? So I'm actually analyzing myself on video. So if you've never done that before, I really highly recommend it. Even if you never show anybody, just get on and start talking and try to be yourself and see how it looks. Look at yourself. It's really freaking hard. But I did it anyways because I wanted to be an activist, and you need to live stream. My purpose for live streaming, it would be nice to make money doing it on YouTube. Who wouldn't want to make money to make a living off of it? But I knew it would take a long time to build up to ever get to that point because I did my research. It takes a long time to live off of YouTube, if ever. Some people never do. And no one's even watching right now. I have 0 people while I'm live streaming. But so I'll put it up. Someone will watch it eventually, but it's not going to make me a living. So, but with protesting, Scientology is shady. They slash tires of protesters and follow people and get them fired from their job. And it's called fair game. If you turn on Scientology and they know about you, if you do anything against them, whether they know you or not, no matter who you are, fair game, it's on. And they go after you. And what is the wording? By any means necessary. And there's no boundaries. They can do anything. So it doesn't spell it out, but it doesn't say you can't do certain things either. I always wondered about murder. I always wondered about that. How far can they go? Maybe a Scientologist, ex-Scientologist is watching this and can answer that, because I've thought it, but I've never actually asked anybody because it seems like a ridiculous question. I don't think a Scientologist would ever say yes out loud, but there are no restrictions. They don't say, okay, yeah, fair game if you're against Scientology publicly, except murder and da, 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 da. They don't say don't do this and that. They just say fair game, it's on. There's no limits. Like, what does that mean? So anyways, so I got trashed online by the anti-Scientology protest movement in the end. In a nutshell, that's what happened. So Scientology, yeah, there was the first night I was in LA, I got followed. And there were 2 or 3 people involved in that following me in different stages of my night, because I went to 2 different sites, Scientology sites. So there were 2 different people following me. 2 for sure that I know 100% guaranteed. 3, maybe 4, possibly, just based on the weird behavior of people that were around me that night. So I don't know for sure. And I always said that, like, it just, I don't know anything for sure, but the 2 that followed me, 2 for sure, and 1 approached me in a bar later. So I know he asked me, why were you at that building, Scientology building, taking pictures of people? He directly asked me because he followed me to that restaurant, and I actually lost him at one point, but he probably guessed where I was going because all the protesters go back and forth between those 2 sites. So anyways, like, I got accused of making it up because my eyes are looking up. So when I'm looking up, I was trying to remember the steps of what happened to a T, because I wanted to relay the information and the events very, very accurately. I felt it was important because it's documenting what happens when people protest, and my story is important. I drove, like, it took me 4 days to get to LA one way and lots of car troubles and stuff. Long story. There's videos on that. So anyways, the whole journey was amazing. It was cool and horrible at the same time. And then sleep deprivation was my number 1 problem. I slept maybe 3-4 hours every night for weeks. So I was a miserable emotional wreck by the time. And I forgot, I wasn't on my ADHD medication the second time. I think I forgot my meds at home, actually. So I didn't take them. And when I don't take my meds, I'm more emotional. The emotional dysregulation is raging. So, like, and that's like literally, if a day passes where I don't take my meds at home, I'm like emotional. And I experience the range of all emotions. So I'm extra happy, I'm extra angry, I get angry. Anger comes easy, so I have to take my meds. I don't like the feeling of being frustrated and I don't even know why. There's no reason. It's just there. So it's the lack of executive function in the brain. It's a medical problem. It's a biological, physical problem in the brain. It's not, the synapses aren't working properly. So if any of this sounds familiar, please look into ADHD. It's a breakthrough to get the diagnosis and treatment. It's life changing. So I'm so, so grateful that I can take a pill a day and it changes my life for the extreme better. Hey, Krista. Hey, lady. Oh my God. How long have you been here? I just noticed you. Oh my God. See, I can always count on you. You're so sweet. I adore you. I can't wait to come and see you. Anyways, it's just good to see a friend. Thank you. It was Cheeseburger Guy. Well, Cheeseburger Guy was the second guy that followed me. The first guy was the PI from Blue, because they had PIs. So maybe he was one of the OSA guys and got in his vehicle and followed me. I lost him. But then he's the one, when I went into La Poubelle, he came in. So he was not Cheeseburger Guy. But then after he left and I came out, I had my meal and had my drink, and then, put my leftovers in the car and made sure the dogs weren't freaking out too much from all the sirens, because this fire department was called that night. So I think there were like 3 or 4 trucks showed up while I was inside, and I could hear all the sirens going. And it's like, oh my God, my poor dogs. So I said, you know what, dude? Like I said to the bartender, I got to go because my dogs are in the car outside. And with all those sirens, they're going to, like, it's cruel. It's really scary for them. And they're my babies. So I went out, and then Eric Levi and Ever and Becky and the 3 of us went for ice cream next door and hamburger. That's where Cheeseburger Guy came in. You don't remember the PI? Yeah, that's the part of the story that people say I'm lying about, that I got approached. And then they say, oh, and there were drones flying over her. Never once did I say there were drones. That was somebody else. And because I'm also one of the car trouble. I had an electric vehicle and it kept running out of juice because I decided to drive to Los Angeles from Canada through a rural US. Bad idea because a lot of the charging stations were out of service. So it'd be like the only one for 200 miles. And I'd get there just in time to find out it's out of service. Then I'm out of electric. Then I'd have to get towed to the next town. So that happened, I think, twice in the trip. Note to self, take the I highways if you're doing an electric vehicle, which I don't have anymore because I got my RV. Okay, so let's make a tulip. So where was I going with all that? So I still want to be an activist, and I'm going to do it on the road with this as to fund my living on the road. But this is sort of my new career, really. So I'm going to make a go of it, but I have to prove to myself it can work before I make a rash decision, because retiring from my, it took forever to charge because the small charge stations in rural America are not the fast chargers. It was like 8 hours. I drive 4 hours and drain the battery and then charge for 8. So it took me 4 days. Oh my God. Did you retire? No, I couldn't because of if I was living in the van and traveling, I can rent my house out and I can afford to retire. So I had the cash flow, right? So because of what happened to me down there, I had to regroup. So I'm staying at my job longer. Like I had to get my shit together. I was a mess. You saw me, you know. So, and I don't know if you caught where I said, like, I'm doing better than I'm never happier than I am right now in my whole life. I'm so healthy, and mentally and physically it's starting to come, all my health issues are resolving. And I needed that time to get it together, but I needed to have the experience and the journey of what happened. It's actually a blessing in disguise because it helped me face some things, and I've healed a lot, and it's great. So, I always, welcome trauma. Yeah, it's wise people in life understand that that's why people have no regrets of anything that happens that's terrible, because if you're smart, you use it to grow. It's an opportunity. If you're not smart, you stay a victim. And, was I victim-y through it? Yes, because I'm human and normal. And you have to mourn and grieve and go through the shit in order to come out the other side. But don't stay in that. You need to be in it, actually. You need to suffer in order for it to be more profound long term. So I feel really good for finally, honestly, it's only coming around now to the point, Krista, where I'm not even needing the community. And I'm seeing it's not my community. It's not necessarily a fit for me across the board. I have friends, but the community is not for me necessarily. I mean, because it's everywhere I turn to try to get into things, there's resistance everywhere. So it just means I don't belong there. So what? I belong lots of other places. You didn't need the stress you had. It took your health step backward. Exactly. It set back my physical health issues. Even things like arthritis and stuff, arthritis in my back and my joints, my hips. So, that all got worse from stress. It's really interesting how the degree of stress I was under was insane. And then the lack of sleep and so anyway, so I decided to not retire yet. Like I need the money. So I needed to, until I'm on the road with the van and renting my house out, I can't afford to retire. So, I live check to check. I'm single. So, but I'm willing to take a financial risk because I can always get a good job. I can make good money if I want to. I just don't enjoy the work, and I don't want to do something I don't like. So anyways, so my tulips are going to have, I made one with 5 petals, but it's too big. It needs to be smaller. I'm going to keep this one, but sometimes there's anomalies in nature. This one has 4. You can see how it looks better. So yeah, I've got making a bouquet for the new gas station that just opened across the street to welcome them to the neighborhood. Isn't that so Canadian? So anyways, yeah, so I will. Like I hope to give this new endeavor a shot next spring. I'll take my holidays all at once and it'll be 2 or 3 months. I might even get some unpaid leave and add on, because I want to be off work for at least a couple months next year in a row to make a go of this. So if I can make X amount of money, I have a goal, I have it all mapped out. If I can make it, I can retire. So I'm hoping next year. And if not, then I need to maybe take one more year, and then I'll be 60. And that's the perfect time to retire. I should, in theory, wait till I'm 60 because my pension will be way high. There's a big jump at that point. So I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to keep the door open to different possibilities. But if this makes me, like, some people make $1,000 a day at a busy tourist area twisting balloons for kids. If I can make $1,000 a day, I only have to work 3 or 4 months a year in order to travel. So, and I can twist balloons all over the world. I'm planning to put the van on a ship and go to Europe at some point. And I can twist balloons in Europe. You know what I mean? And just to pay my way. So yeah. And face painting. And then the third thing is the balloon sculptures for events and parties and stuff, like the great big rainbows and all those sorts of, with the bigger balloons. So that's the third thing I want to do. There's more money in that than this. So I should, in theory, be getting better at that first, and over the winter doing conferences and stuff like that. But I'm less inspired. So right now I'm just going to do what I love and enjoy doing it, because I don't want to, because of money, start hating it. So your friend is a professional clown. Oh, thank you, Krista. I feel great. Yeah, I'm making my own community, and I do have my own community. I have a lot of wonderful people in my life, both my personal life and in the Scientology community. Like, there are a few of you, including you, that are really solid, and I know I can trust, but it's not a lot. There's very few that I know care about me and, check in, and it's like become true friendship. And then there's some that are always going to be acquaintances. It's different. You know what I mean? So true friendship shows up, like you start to see it. So anyways, and others that I just adore greatly from afar. And that's the way it's always going to be. Your friend is a professional clown. So I would love to talk to a professional clown. So if you're interested in helping me out that way, to ask them to reach out to me. Like, if you could share my email address with them. I don't think you have my phone number. We've never talked. We should, though. And just, yeah, if you're so inclined. If you're not, don't worry about it. Like, there's clowns around I can find. It's your friend. So I want to talk to your friend. Anyways, just to say, like, I don't want to become a clown to be like other clowns, though. I want advice. I want to listen to their experience and then make it my own. I'm really different that way. I don't want to recreate something. I want to invent something. If I don't see a video from you, I check in. Aw, yeah, exactly. You do. And then I see you elsewhere, and it always makes me feel good to know you're there. It's just, friendship is wonderful. I really appreciate you. Because, some of the stuff going on is still wild. It's continuing to be wild. And I'm there. I watch just about all the stuff you're at. I'm there too. I just don't speak up anymore. I don't need to. I've distanced myself. I put up like a boundary for myself, for my own well-being. And I just watch out of interest, because it's absolutely fascinating, isn't it? It's so like, I'm not triggered at all. Sometimes I want to swear and call people fuckers and whatever, but there's no emotional charge behind that anymore. And sometimes I'll do like, I'll say something and it sounds heavy and it sounds like a lot, but I don't mean it as much as it actually sounds. Like, I'm really, really good. I don't, is her own boss. Sometimes she goes travel for clown conventions. Wow. See, that would be such a fun community to be part of. And I know there's clown school, and they really learn. Like, that would push me into like I think I would like acting, but I've never taken drama, but I think I'd be into it. I think I'm a drama nerd inside, but I was too shy as a kid. There's no chance I would have ever done that stuff. But now I've changed as an adult. I'm actually quite outgoing. So we'll see where it goes. But Like I have ideas on things I want to do that I've never heard of anyone else doing. And I want to keep it that way. And I also have a friend, she's writing children's books that we might collaborate and do something together with kids and combine our skills. It was tough for a few years. Yeah, it's really hard to make a living at it. Like it's a good thing to do on the side for a time until you can. She's her own boss. Sometimes she goes travel for, oh my God, I want to talk to her. Yeah. So if you're so inclined, I don't want to, I don't want to impose in any way, but I would really appreciate that. So yeah, I should reach out to clowns because there's some in the area. And they used to have a clown school nearby, actually in Vernon, BC. But I'm not going to be spending that kind of money. YouTube has lots of stuff. Like all this twisting I learned. So does she do balloons and face painting and all the stuff? Like, do you know offhand what is included in her repertoire? Oh, if she's on Facebook, yeah. If you know her page, then I can go look. Maybe I can message her myself. Okay, awesome. Yeah, what is it? And I'll reach out to her myself and just say like that you let me know that that this exists, that she does it, and that I'm not sure this is. It's hard for me to talk and twist at the same time. I need to change that. I need to learn because. Okay, good. I will. I'll reach out to her because, like, I'm serious. I need to make a living at this because I can't stay where I'm at. I'm miserable. It's not healthy for me or my coworkers. Like, I'm not fun to be around. And it's not who I am. I'm a friendly, nice, positive person. Like, if I'm not myself, I know I need to change something. So. Learning how to use all my fingers for dividing up my sections and cutting and all that. Yeah, so that's cool. Wow. So I'm also finding out there's more of these people that do this kind of thing in the world than I knew. And I have competition. So it's like it's not like I can just walk into the industry and have free reign. I've got competition. So I'm gonna have to be creative, and like what I'm doing is I'm going to go to places. I've been doing free stuff. Like I go down to the beach and do, make balloons or whatever. So, and like kid play places and stuff. So I have to just put myself out there, and I got business cards made. So I'll start handing those out. And I'm probably within a few days of making a Facebook page, but I don't know if I want the Scientology community to know about that. So you have pics of a birthday. She came to your work with balloon bouquets. Then kids came up and she made animal. Aw, see, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Like I want to show up with stuff. I was just thinking like even sit on the street on a chair and make balloons, make a bunch of flowers. And when a lady or a man, both probably, because men like flowers too, when people walk by, just walk up to people and hand them a balloon and smile and then bounce away, type of thing, just to spread joy. That's all I want to do. I want to spread joy from my soul. That's what I am here to do. It's simple. So yeah, perfect. Thank you. Send me her stuff. Cool. I'm excited. Yeah. So I just want the world to be a better place. It's really, really depressing. And I worry about Americans. Like it's rough down there. Okay, there we go. There's a tulip. Easy. I worry about them because I worry about the good ones, the people that are good, kind, nice, decent people. Like they are living in that, like, when I was down there, I talked about it, how the energy was, it was so, the energy was dense and thick and negative and heavy, and it felt uncomfortable. Where is my green bag? Here it is. I keep losing stuff in my bed here. So anyways, yeah, it just felt really, I didn't feel good inside when I was down there. The energy is just heavy. Now, I don't think all of America's like that, but Los Angeles certainly was. It's rough there. It never used to be. That was the weird part. It never used to be like that. It used to be a happy place, actually, for decades. I went to LA all the time through my life. for many different reasons. And it was, see, I lost one of my pumps, the little one. See, I told you, I lose my pump every 10 minutes. So anyways, yeah. So I want to bring happiness and joy to the world. And I'm sick of feeling shitty myself. So at some point I decided to get it together and heal. And I did. And it took time. It's been 1.5 years. And now I'm there. I think I'm ready now to take it out and give it back. So I took in the energy and now I'm giving it back. I'm nervous about Alberta wanting to split from Canada, Alberta. You worked in a library. That's cool. See, that's another, do they do, because they have kids' story times in libraries and stuff. I always wondered if I could like show up for those. I mean, it's anywhere there's kids, I'm showing up. Good thing I'm a woman. That would be hard if you're a man nowadays, you know. I always think about that. Like it's harder for men to just show up where kids are, just in general. Am I saying something wrong? Is that bad to say that? It's not right, but it is what it is. Like, anyways, I shouldn't talk that way. I don't know why my mind went there. But I have thought about that. I'm probably lucky as a woman. Like I can approach a business and say, can I set up, can I hang out with the kids today and set up outside your door with my balloon stuff, you know? You have to phone the library. Okay, so I will, because I don't need to make money yet. I have all winter. I can just have fun with this and enjoy it, learn, get better at it, make it my own. And then, you know, I can gauge what people are like. Like the other day, I went to that indoor play place with my grandson. And while him and my son were off playing, I was making balloons for other kids. I probably made balloons for, I'm going to say about 10 kids. And the joy was incredible. They didn't study how perfect it was. They barely looked at them, but they were just beaming and so happy and so grateful. And the parents were even happier because their kid was made happy in the moment. And it was a surprise. And they didn't have to invent it. They didn't have to go and find. Parents are constantly trying to find things for their kids to do and be happy, make them happy, you know? And it's like when it shows up like that out of the blue, it's just joy. So the parents were just as happy. That was a surprise to me. So that inner child of the adults come out as well. God, that's good for my soul. I can't even tell you. So I've been saying lately, my job is soul sucking. I need my soul back. So I shouldn't say it like I make it sound so bad because I love my job and I love my coworkers and I love the work. And I love the outcome of the work and I love most of it. But the corporate thing, and I'm going to say it, upper management is a nightmare to the point I can't do it. There's the truth. That's healthcare too. It should be a place of love and care, not that. Like there's no room for that there. They love that I used to give candy or stickers to the regular kids. So you know what the children's hospital. Give candy or yeah, exactly. And even like the siblings of kids in the hospital, because they're going through it too. Like they're not getting attention because their parents are worried and they're worried, they're scared, they don't understand. And just like everywhere, like everybody gets a balloon. You know, I'll make an extra when I do them for the kids, then I'll make a little flower quick for the mom. And the mom is like, aw, you know, it's just something, you know. Used to work in a couple of daycares. Really? So you know this. You know, you could give me advice. Like, tell me, do this, don't do that. Like, you know, I'm not, I guess I am good with kids. I'm the person that sits at the kid table. I'd rather sit with the kids than the adults at family gatherings. And like, if I'm at a place where there's kids and they have they have craft stuff, I'll say, hey kids, do you guys want to make a craft with me? Because that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit with the adults and talk about whatever. So I'll do that. And then they can't believe it. One of the adults wants to play with them, like for long periods of time. So they go out and get their stuff and then we start making stuff together. And I can talk to adults too while I'm doing it and always phone for permission. Exactly. So when I went to the play place yesterday, I went straight to the manager when I walked in the door. And I said, can I bring in my balloons and hand out balloons to kids? I'm not charging anybody. It's free. I was hoping someone would tip me. So I was experimenting to see if I don't ask for money, will anybody tip me? The answer is no, 100% no. So if I was sitting at the park, a busy park in the summer, and I have a jar on the ground or a hat or whatever, like a busker, that there's a lot of money. So I've been told. So someone told me that she saw a guy in Vancouver was doing balloons in a park just like that. Lots of kids just sitting there on the bench with a cat on the ground. And it was like overflowing with bills. Like he was making a lot of money. And there was a lineup of like 50 kids and they were waiting. No one was leaving without a balloon. So you have to learn to make simple little things. And I don't want to make simple things. I want to make complex things. So I have to get over it. So yeah, I'll definitely phone ahead. They love that they used to give candy and stickers. So yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to. That's kind of like a psychological bribery. Leave them with sugar in their mouth and they'll come back, Because I have to think for money too. But I have the luxury of the winter just to have fun. Because I want to go into this loving it and then not make it about money because then it's stressful. Because I don't want to have to make a living doing it. Because I couldn't right now. I'd be out of business in 2 days. A lot of companies don't like the exchange of money. So yeah. So I think there are I can hire myself out. So it's an hourly rate. I think people say, I'm trying to figure out how much to charge here in Canada because the amounts that I've found online, it's all American. So I don't know if it's in my area, it might be different than somewhere else. So like $100 for the first hour and then $80 every subsequent hour. Or some people charge for the number of balloons they use. And then they do the math over how many hours how many can you get done in an hour? But I don't want to rush. I don't want to do parties with 50 kids because then I'm making, the little dog with the 4 legs. And I want to draw art on the face and make the eyes different colors and have pink cheeks and, red lipstick. And you'll see I'll be doing more of my animals. Tonight it's this bouquet for the new opening across the street. But the animals are fun because I've been learning, you can Google cartoon faces and you can see how to draw them and stuff. And then I always change them and add colors and whatever. So dollar store candy. Okay. Yeah. Well, dollar store, lots of things because I'm learning the round balloons. You can buy a balloon expander. You put it in and it opens the opening and you can drop things in like confetti, and you can spray spray glue inside and put in tiny little foam. You can buy foam balls and drop them in and shake it. And the whole inside is covered with these little foam balls. There's so many, it's incredible. You wouldn't even believe, you can put have clear see-through balloons and put 50 tiny balloons of all different colors with ribbons and all kinds of beautiful things. So that's the balloon decor that's where the money is. So, and the massive 20, 30 foot tall arches and stuff like that, those are $1,500 and they only take a couple days to make. So I'm eyeing that because that's where the money is. And that's what people say, going to kids' birthday parties, you'll never make a living at it. You have to do things that are, but if I'm sitting in where I live, if I'm sitting downtown in tourist season, I'm going to be twisting up a couple hundred balloons that day. And if I'm making $10 a balloon, if I can make that kind of money, I don't have to work 12 months a year because I can't work in the winter doing that. So, but in the winter, the plan is to be going south and travel to warm places when it's winter here. But the US needs to get its act together so I can do that because, it's winter at our most southern border in Canada. So, or go to Europe or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's going to take a few years for me to get it, ironed out, but there is an opportunity here. So I'm going to take it. I don't want anyone local to hear my plans because it's not a big population here. And the market is probably already saturated, but I'm going to get in by doing free work for the whole entire winter and build relationships with people that they're willing to pay me eventually because they like me. So, I mean, already I've made friends with some of the mothers I've met, and then I give them flowers too. Like, there's a method to the madness, but I just like people too. It's not all for like, I'm not like bribing them or buying them necessarily. Partly, yes, because I'm also a business person. I'm not used to thinking that way, but I do have to make a living at this. So it's hard for me because, get the word out too. So yeah, I'm on the verge. It'll be within a few days of a Facebook page. So I need to get out there and just do it. Like, I need to pick 6 balloon designs that are easy and go to do a party. And those are the only 6 I do. So every kid gets a balloon, and then have a stash in case I don't get to everybody. They have 20 kids. Oh my God, someone's going home crying because, that would never happen. I'll stay all night if I have to. But I make some in advance so that if a kid has to go early or whatever, I can hand them a balloon, or they can pick from some, But they like to see it made. So anyways, you know what I mean? I'm learning. I don't know. Like, I don't know I honestly don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to dive in and just screw up and figure it out as I go. I'm not worried about it. I always do. So every professional job I've ever had, I've never been trained. I have to learn every job myself. I don't know why. It's really weird. Like, I've had jobs that just the people that I'm replacing are gone. So I have to go in there. Like, even straight out of college, my first job, I was a director in a hospital, a small hospital. So I got a director position right out of school, way up north. So it was like easy to get, but no one else would go up there. But I got a director position straight out of school. So my resume took off right away. And then, so I had no training. So I had to do, I was the whole department. I had no staff. So I was the clerk, I was the transcriptionist, I was the coder, I was the quality assurance manager, I was the head of the medical advisory committee with the physicians. So I worked with the physicians and all that. I did all the legal stuff. I had my own budget. I had the policy and procedure requirements for accreditation that I had to do. So that's the high level management stuff. And I was a clerk filing every Friday afternoon. Best job ever. I did every job. I loved it. Transcription, like the medical transcription, is so interesting. I miss that. Like, it doesn't pay well enough. It's not a career that I can do now, but I enjoyed all that. So yeah, so I've never been trained. I've learned how to teach myself and invent my life. So okay, so that's super, super long. So that's the longest they're going to be, but that's how long the bouquet is going to be. So those 2 are at the very top. And this is going to take me a few hours. What time is it? I work tomorrow. It's late. It's okay. I don't sleep anymore, to be honest. What's new with you? Oh, you have to go to bed. It's 3:40 there. Okay, Krista, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. You're the best. You are the best. You're always solid for me, and that's friendship, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So you'll see me more. I'm going to get back on. So I'm losing subs if I don't do videos. So I need to get on more often. Thanks for the likes and the views, whoever's here. Someone just joined. So I understand I might be boring. I'm just twisting up balloons, but and yammering on like usual. But I'm in a really good mood, so that helps a lot. There's no drama here today. I could stir it up, but I'm not. I'm not interested. I'm not enjoying it at all. So I'm just over here doing my thing. I'll share my life. There's a lot going on. I haven't shared tonight about everything going on. One of my dogs got really, really injured twice in the last 2 weeks. Some serious stuff is happening with Shawnee. So it's been, I want to cry just thinking about it because she's like my love of my life, little child. So Shawnee's been through it and she's different. It's changed her. And it's upsetting to me because I like her feisty little self, but she's not so feisty anymore. And anyways, and then Betty Boop has also been going through some stuff, more funny than just dog stuff. But anyways, so yeah, I'll talk about that coming up. And then have a good night. Have a good sleep if you're gone, Krista. And what else? There's other stuff going on that's new. So I'll share just that. And I'll do more videos just in general because I haven't been. And I'm not sure why. I just need to be inspired and really feel like talking. And I had to truly do my healing properly before I tried. I was too early when I tried to step back in. The last time around that I was doing videos, I wasn't ready, and I found that out. So I just don't want to embarrass myself any further than I already have. To be quite honest, to be absolutely frank, I'm going to make another rose like this. Oh, this one isn't. I actually improved this technique later. Where's a good one? Where's a good one? This one came out proper. This is what it's going to look like. That reflection on the white one is weird. Yeah, so this one came out nice. Right there. It's hard to tell, but yeah, and it's a little bit bobbleheady for me. I might fix that later. So who's here? Nobody. Okay, whoever was here left. I'm not drama here. I'm just not going to be drama. And when I go to a group, a page that, like one of the YouTube in this community, the Scientology, anti-Scientology community, where there is, quote, it's not really drama, I think, because like some people are creating drama on purpose, but the people reacting to that drama are not part of the drama. I'm going to say it that way because, and I was one of them, we didn't ask for it. I didn't ask to be in drama. I went down to help people. So that's not drama. So careful assigning drama to something. So I think the people that I would side with are not about drama and drawing attention. That was never my intention. Going on camera for me was really difficult. And I had to do it for safety and for like documenting the journey, but I wasn't doing it to make a living. I knew I was never going to make a living on YouTube protesting the cult. That was never my intention. If it was going to help me pay for gas to go down there and do that, great. But I wasn't ever going to pay my bills with it. That's for darn sure. I would have had to create drama to do that. So anyways, yeah. So I'm not saying like the sites that are talking about all the problems in the community, I'm laying low there because I just don't want to participate. I just don't want to be, I don't fit in. And that's okay. That's good, actually. It's not for me. It's not, if it doesn't feel like I belong there, then don't participate. I can watch and love them from afar, but I love a lot of people, so to speak, love, as a human, but so I just don't want to be called a liar every time I speak up or say, that I'm crazy or I don't need it daily. I don't need to speak up. I know I'm not those things. I know what happened to me. I don't lie. I might forget things or remember it wrong, but if there's videos proving something else, then please show me because I'd like to know. I don't have videos of other people recording me because they're all taken down. So I'd love to see them. And I've been asking people to email me. And I have some serious projects planned for my journey that I went through that I think are different, that no one's ever going to do, that could end up being major and could help eventually be my contribution to taking down the cult. I've tried to insert myself into helping take down the cult in 20 or 30 different ways by being creative, and I'm not welcome anywhere. So if it's not working, it's not working. So if I'm not wanted, I'm not wanted. And I'm not saying that to feel sorry for myself or anything like that. It's just not meant to be. That's not the way I'm going to be able to help. I'm not giving up. I'm just going to do it my way. So instead of joining somebody else's thing, I need to make my thing and do it by myself. I've invited others to work with me. I still have a couple people I do need to talk to, but I've asked people to email me, please, several times, several different people that I think are crucial in what I want to do, and I do need them. And I think they'd be strongly in favor of what I'm planning because the intent of what they're trying to do, I'm on board. And I think they would be excited to know what I'm doing. And I'm going to do it regardless. It's just going to be made harder if I don't have access to some of the footage. So anyways, that's all. I just need footage, and I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to make videos about people and trash people. That's not the point. It's the dynamics of groups and what happens that, you know what, cults form in weird ways that you never planned or intended. That's interesting to me. Look what's happening in the US right now. Look what's happening in the anti-Scientology community. Look what Scientology does. Look what Jehovah's Witnesses do. Look what a lot of churches do. Look what a lot of families do. Cult. It's cult behavior. It's everywhere. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So I went down there to fight against Scientology, and I ended up having to, every time I try to fight Scientology, I met with resistance. Like, the people I want to join to help them fight don't want me. That's shocking to me still, because I think I'm a nice person, but I think I'm painted crazy and emotional. So I was for a while, but I was at an all-time low. So I see it, I get it, but it's just, I'm not supposed to be there with them. It's really sad because I like some people, and I'm not bitter at all. It's not like that. It's not about that. It's just, it's like I feel like the universe is pushing me in a certain direction. And now that I've realized, because I've been meditating, I've been going inward with myself, my true self, and asking, like, what am I supposed to be doing here? It's not working. And I'm getting answers, and it's brilliant. It's like, whoa, I never would have thought about that if that other avenue had worked. I would just be following. I'm not supposed to follow what others are doing. It's been done, been there, done that. I don't like repetition. I don't want to do what's been done. I want to, I'm an artist. I want to create something new. Create is the key word. So, and I don't want to hurt people, no matter what, no matter who it is. That should never be the intention. That's not who I am. And some people hate that about me, and they can't stomach me because I'm not, I don't know what the word would be, but I'm just not doing it right. I'm not against it right. So I just, I'm not being anything besides just me. And if people don't like it, if I'm not reacting to everything properly by their standards, then I'm not sure what I would do. That's not a really fair expectation. So I've realized, and it's good. It's all been good because it's making me do it. Maybe it's not even Scientology that needs me. It's the anti-Scientology side of it, because that's just as culty in many ways, not just one person or one little group. It's all over. I can see how it develops, and it's so interesting to me. And it's, therefore, it must be human nature. So that's the part I love. So I can't judge it if it's human nature, and humans just do that naturally. We are all either looking for a leader or trying to be a leader, or being hermits. And none of those three things are who we are authentically. So be none of that, and just observe it from a little bit of distance. And that's what the spiritual work I've done over the years has taught me, is that when I'm looking at myself internally, just observe my behavior. Don't judge it. Just be okay with being all the things as a human. Observing. So I'm taking that, and this is like life wisdom, I guess, that I've learned over the years. And I'm taking, instead of doing like the protesting that I did a year and a half ago, going down there twice and all that, I was trying to do something instead of just showing up and being. But I did, there was an intuition there, because my intuition was screaming at me about all the meanness and the bullying and the behaviors and all that was screaming, but I kind of ignored it. So that was the first problem. And the second problem was that I was going down there to do something, being shut down Scientology, take on the cult, all these little things that I said. Instead of just showing up there, part of me then, when I got there and there was no job for me the second time around at the encampment, there was no job. And I'm like, why didn't they give me a job? They knew I was coming. I was coming back. I couldn't wait to come down and help. I was like pedal to the metal to get there to help them. And I got there, and I asked, what's my job? And shrug, nothing. So I think Becky asked me to help her with a couple things, and that was it. But she's different. So it was really weird. I'm like, why wouldn't they use me? So anyways, I just did what I thought needed doing. And then I realized that everybody was so tired and stressed because I think I got there after they were going already for 2 or 3 days and they were all exhausted, doing all-nighters and working their asses off. And so I realized what they needed most and what I could provide best was moral support and friendship and love to them. So that was happening. And then, but once I got full on attacked by one person, got a group of people to attack me all over the internet, videos, you name it. So he wonders what did I do? Fuck you. Are you serious? You know what you did. You think do I look stupid? No, I'm not stupid. I know what you did. Like and the people that came at me were part of this little behavior that I'm talking about. Why do people do that? And they don't think they're doing it. They don't think they're being mean, or they think I deserve that attack or that treatment because I was being crazy. Because I talked about helicopters over above. I thought it was funny there were helicopters above me while I was in LA after watching helicopters above the streamers I was watching for months and getting like the helicopters. That was legit. They're getting swatted and there's helicopters. And I thought, oh, there's helicopters. I was joking. What the fuck? Like, what if I was actually delusional and had, schizophrenia and thought that there were helicopters over and above? You're going to make videos about people like that? There are people that think that. Like, there are people that live in LA. And I'm not joking. Like, for those that have not been there lately, it's constant. Like, that's all it is helicopters everywhere and like noise and energy, and it's gross. It's really, you're on edge on a constant basis. That's your hum. It's a hum of edginess. There's no relaxing, no matter where you go. I was everywhere, and there is, because I went outskirts in some of the rich areas, chill, really nice. But that's not fair that the wealthier people get to chill out, stressed out 24/7. It was really hard to be in it. And, and I got judged for that. And what if I was mentally ill and these people were assigned by one person to go after me for being crazy? Oh, she's crazy. And she, give me your van. If you can't come down here and protest. So like, give us your van then, if you can't actually be here. Where is she? Fuck you. Give me your van, my brand new van that I plan to live in one day, that I can barely make the payment. Like, yeah, it was a bad decision. I was not financially able to buy that van. In theory, I can obviously, but it's check to check. What the fuck? And I'm going to give it to you. Like, this is the kind of, so anyways, yeah, it's just really interesting. So I'm seeing it differently. I'm a big picture person, and I live my life in the gray area. If I'm living in black and white, I'm emotional and unhappy. Quickly, I go to big picture, gray area. I consider what's actually going on. Nobody in that community that's deep in it is okay. So I'm not going to be deep in it. I'm going to observe it and report on it, and not from a point of view that others are doing or would ever do. So I'm going to do it from a more my perspective, and I have sort of some ideas on how to do that, creative ideas, because it's going to be an art project. But it's going to take a long time. Like, this is going to be years in the making. But I have this story. This story is fantastic. It's unfreaking believable. Like, what I actually went through is actually stunning. And this is also interesting, and I have to explore this eventually. My feelings were hurt because my personal life, friends and family don't want to hear about it. They probably watched my early streams and got bored, because the first ones were really boring because I drove to LA and it was boring. Or they watched the crazy and was like, I can't watch Heather be crazy. Like, what is she doing? She's making an ass of herself, for one thing. Like, this is my imaginings, right? I don't know. This couldn't all be completely false, but they don't ask me about it. They want to, like when I tell people, like, that care about me truly love me, that I was followed. And they know I'm okay, though. It's the way I tell the story. I was never afraid, per se. I really am not afraid of people. I probably should have been, and I wasn't. So I was nervous, and it was like, oh, this could go awry. Like, I'm not stupid. I realized, like Cheeseburger, he's nuts. That guy's not okay. Like, he's hired to stalk people, really. Like, who does that? Not a normal person, that's for sure. But I never felt scared of him because I've seen him on streams. He followed two other people, and like in his car. And the people that made fun of me and said that I'm lying and I made it up, first of all. Or some of them say that, no, they all just thought I made it up. They say I'm a liar. So across the board. So the one person said it, and then 100 other people jumped on that story and told it over and over and over and over and over again. So every single stream I went to in the community that was talking about all of it, my name always came up, and it was always, she's lying. I'm a big fat liar. I am fat too. I'm fat, but I'm not a lawyer, which I'm actually working on. I'm doing really well. So, but it happened, and it happened to other people, that those same people that are calling me a liar totally believed them, that they were followed by Cheeseburger. And I actually looked in my rear view because I memorized what his car looked like from the streams. So I left the restaurant, and I drove slow to see if anyone was going to follow me, because there were people being followed out of there. For months I watched it, so I knew the drill. And he was there that night. He came into the ice cream shop when we were getting ice cream, and he stood there in line pretending that he was going to get an ice cream. There's always a line up in there. He stood in line listening to us for a few minutes, looking down with his hood down over his face. And I looked over and I saw him, and I said, "Is that Cheeseburger?" Because I recognized him from the streams, right? And then someone's like, "Oh, that's him." I'm like, and then we just ignored him and kept talking. We were having fun. And I had met these people I've been watching for months. So I was in like an upbeat kind of fun mood kind of thing. We had a blast that night. It was cute. And then, so he was there. And he was the guy that was like hired to follow people and intimidate and like, thug. He was a thug. I don't know if he ever beat anyone up or did anything like full on thuggish. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just know that he followed people in his car. And because that makes people nervous, right? It's a form of intimidation. So, when I pulled away, and actually one of the protesters encouraged everybody there that night, he was not feeling good about things because of some of the usual thugs that they bring out had shown up, and he was not comfortable that those of us that were there were able to handle it. There's some of the protesters that they're the professional protesters that they can take care of themselves. But this guy was worried about us. He was legit worried about us. And I appreciate that. And he knows who he is. And I would defend him, because in a lot of ways he has issues. So do I. But I would defend him in a lot of instances. And that was a good one. He told us we need to go. This is not okay. And that's realistic. He lives in LA. He's all over LA. He knows it. He knows what happens. People are on drugs, whatever. Like, that restaurant is notorious for drug usage, like right out in the open, and all kinds of other shady shit going on, druggings and like women getting drugged, etc. Like that, we know Danny Masterson went to jail for it, and he was found guilty of many counts. So, or several counts, I can't remember. But anyways, so people calling me a liar. Why would I lie? I went down there to protest Scientology. Instead got followed by, I went to the restaurant. I never should have gone to that restaurant. Looking back on it, I wouldn't have jumped on that cause looking back on it. And I know there are a lot of people that are with me on that. It wasn't necessary. I needed to focus. I should have instead gone with signs to CPS and police headquarters of LA, where whatever that is. And the city, like the meetings. I should have done more of that. La Poubelle was a distraction. So that's a point, actually. I smiled. There's a reason for that. It was a major distraction away from my time could have been much better spent because I'm an extremely peaceful protester. I don't need to rock the boat to get attention. So I wear my handmaid's tale down there a few days. That's a statement. So at the time it was funny, but now people are using A Handmaid's Tale because I watched the series. I read the book back in the 80s. So I get what that means. The world didn't quite know when I was down there wearing it. It was funny. But now in the US, people are going to those major protests, the No Kings protests and stuff, wearing Handmaid's Tale costumes. It's fucking serious. Like when you put that costume on, it's not a joke. And I didn't mean it as a joke, but it is kind of funny in the context of you have to laugh when you're doing that kind of work because it's really intense. So anyway, so I'm starting to, I don't know if my language on all of this sounds different than it did before. I hope so, because I've taken the bird's eye view now, and it's really like I'm seeing it clearly now, and it's really powerful and it's important and it needs to get out there. I'm not hearing it. So I'm not sure anybody, I'm a big picture person naturally. So I usually go there first, even in my job. I'm the one that pulls the team back. Okay, let's have a look here. What are we doing? What's the point? What's our intention? Is it working? How do you feel about this? Is this feeling right? No, it's not. So let's, regroup a little bit and have another look. And then the plan shifts a little bit, timelines shift, everything. So I'm really good at that at work. I'm one of the, I have a rare personality type for the environment that I'm in. So I bring that. And I always sound like a little woo-woo at work, but it ends up being really valuable, especially if we're stressed out and stuff. So, yeah, so I'm sort of starting to look at it, and I know I don't fit in. And I was pushing against the grain. So if it's uncomfortable like that, don't do it. Like it's not, I know what flow is, like not necessarily speech spiritually, I guess flow in terms of like life trajectory. If something's flowing, you're doing you're on the right path. If it's just resistance, left, right, and center, even from the people you're on side with, fuck it. You can still like support them from a distance and not participate and just be an observer. I'm observing. That's it. That's all I can contribute. I have nothing more to give that is needed I'm in a different place. So I need to contribute from where I'm at. So it's just really neat I'm kind of talking this out loud for the first time, but this has been coming on into instinctively. Like that's where I'm at actually. I've manifested that realization lately from doing some work on myself. Why is everything resisting me? I just have realized this, see how this flower is deflating totally, like it's totally deflated. So that's because I tucked the end underneath without tying a knot. I'm resistant to knots. Speaking of resistance, so I can fix that really easily, but it's like, oh, Heather, just make knots. Knots are really hard on the fingers. I just read somewhere that somebody, may as well keep making this rose, which is the one that deflated. So now I get to try it with a knot. But some lady posted about making balloons on it, one of the pages I follow. She actually has Band-Aids on her fingers it's painful to make the knots. So I'm not going to I think some people wear gloves. I'm not sure what kind, but I'm willing to wear gloves if it's going to help me. But anyways, so I've been really sick. I was off work for a couple of weeks, actually. I get sick because I have serious chronic health issues. So when I get sick, I get really sick. I don't have an immune system. And I've been spending a lot of time with my beautiful grandson, and he's a germ factory because he goes to daycare and stuff. So I was really sick, and it gave me a chance to really isolate myself. And it was a good 2-3 week time period to go inside and just be alone with myself and not be affected by external influences, including people online. I stopped speaking up. Every time I speak up in a chat, somebody has something catty to say. And it just, that constant, the bombard, even the subtle comments, even the people that I like, things would come up in a certain kind of way, and it made me uncomfortable. So just subtle things happening that are showing me I'm being shown it's not where I need to be. It's not where I belong. And I'm not also, and I'm accepting that without any kind of attachment to why, or that there's anything wrong with me. So it's cool. It's a new experience for me because I take everything personally and I'm very sensitive. So I don't need to be. It's not about that. It's just that I just don't belong there. It's just that simple. I don't belong there. So why force something? And I try to like be like them to fit in. No, I'm not going to do that. Or like convince people that they're wrong about me. Like the real true, like the bullies. Like I've actually argued with them. Like, what the hell? They're out of their minds. What am I doing? Why am I trying to convince them that I was followed that night or whatever? Like, who cares? I'm just going to tell my story in my unique creative way. And some people will think it's a great piece of science fiction. And then others will say, wow, that's what she was talking about. Yeah, I believed her story, but I didn't imagine it was like that, and I'll see it like type of thing in my unique way. So I'm going to see how different I can be about it, So, yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, I just blew it. I learned this mistake 2 hours ago. I'm supposed to start when I come back up on the fourth long bubble. I'm supposed to start turning it around the top of the rose. There we go. Really simple. Oh, and yeah, my asthma. I haven't had asthma attacks for years and years, and I'm getting them again. So part of it was being sick, but I have a lot of autoimmune issues. Like the cancer I have is sort of like an autoimmune condition for a cancer. And then the some of the other stuff, I don't want to tell off all my health issues, but the other ones are sort of like that too. So they're it's all autoimmune, and that's being sensitive and letting things get to me and not believing in myself. It's all very emotionally driven and mental and psychologically related. So I need to be healthy, that spiritually and mentally and psychologically as well as physical and financial and all the other things. So that's I've been really focusing on that so that when I am ready to hit the road for good and make the big move, like the big move is the day I put in for my retirement. There's no way I was ready a year and a half ago. I really wanted to do it. And had the community stayed together solid, like it should have, and I would have assumed for a cause like this, it should have been rock solid. Everybody should have been like lots of grace, lots of non-judgment, like we're all flawed and all those things, all those obvious things. When you're fighting against something like that, it went the other way. It's shocking how, and I think the people that signed up to fight it, there's a lot of wounded people, and they need to take a look in the mirror. And then most of them aren't doing that. They're looking externally outward, you this and you that. And, a lot of that I agree with, and it's necessary to help. Some people need support to heal. So some of that finger pointing has to be done. So don't get me wrong. If some of you are watching, you'll know what I mean and who I mean by this. So I am 100% still in favor and in agreement in what you're doing exactly as you're doing it. And it's also very funny. For me, it's at the point where it's just plain funny. And, it's just, but yeah, I'm still sitting in weird places with it though. Because it's not my style, but that doesn't mean it's not a style that can work. And I know that there's a method to the madness that I trust. So there's one person on earth that knows what that means. And I doubt he'll ever hear that, but it's okay. He doesn't need to because he knows he's right. And so do I. So It's all good. But yeah, because there's a good person there that is wise. And I believe and trust that. So yeah, neat, hey? For what it's worth, what do I know? It's really interesting. I got this, I'm stuffed up. I have had a stuffed up sinus for weeks now. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of being sick. It's not even funny. Trying something different here because my balloon deflated on that rose. So I need to try something. I'm going to twist a little pink in the back. See if I could tuck it in differently. Without coughing. It's really tight. Okay, so it's in there now. How do I end this? I'm going to make 2 of them actually, and then break it and then pull it through all the way. See, I'm inventing something because when I follow other people, it just doesn't quite work right. So anyways, I have that problem. I don't follow what others do. I just can't for some reason. So yeah, what else about that? So I had no plans to go there, but I am catching everybody up on, people have been asking what's going on. Like, where's Heather? What's going on? So I have purposely been figuring myself out in order to, I can't tell others what's going on if I don't know what's going on with myself. And I look at it all came apart. But I think I might be able to recreate it without letting go here. It's a little hard because I've got all the creases are still there. So what's happening? Okay. Oh, I see what happened here. Okay. You're watching me learn on the fly. Like, this is me learning literally in real time. Reality TV. What's going on? Oh, I need to go around the top and then down. What am I doing? You're watching me invent something that I've never done before, and it may not work. So now I can let go. Because I twisted this up. But now it doesn't look like a rose anymore. So how can I make it look like a rose? No, there goes one of my bubbles. This is not successful yet. But like the gist, I have the gist of it, what I need to do to make this work and not deflate. That's a nightmare for a professional balloon artist, is deflating. Like, you don't want to get there and half your display that you spent 2 days building is like losing air within hours of arriving at the venue that paid $1,500 for the balloon display. That would be tragic. That is not an option. So I have to learn how to make my balloons never deflate while I'm there. After I leave, whatever. If you kids are running around poking the balloons and they pop, that's not my problem. So, Okay, so how did she... I had it figured out. Oh, I know why. Go down and then up. Shoot. I have to look at that other video that I was looking at to... Like, I actually forgot how to do this. So the ones that I'm going to use for, like, my first... Like, I have a lineup of 50 kids. Pikachu, monkey, turtle. What's the other simple one? But they're so cute that the fact that they're simple doesn't matter. But a lot of it has to do with the cartoon face that I'm learning to paint on. And it's paint pens. So it's paint is the medium, but the method of getting it on is not a brush. It's a paint pen. So they're really easy to use. But the paint gives that really brilliant coloring on a balloon, and it works well with the material, the substance. So let's see here. How do I... Easy Balloon Rose. It's on the same video that I was looking at earlier. I just need to see a picture. What in the world did she do? So she went... Oh, crap. Okay. Let me just fast forward. I should just follow what others do instead of trying to like she makes the stem first and then puts the flower into the stem and continues from there. Okay, that's smart. Because then you don't have like bobblehead flower. It's just simple things like that. And then they measure how many fingers the bubble's going to be before you twist it into the next shape, you know? So that's the thing. I need to learn to count the fingers, and then I'll have a notebook so I can follow it while I have kids in front of me. Because I'm having trouble working and talking at the same time. So if I'm in front of people, anyways. So I would love to sit in front of a cult building. I'll just say a cult building. It's any cult, any given cult, with this setup and make balloons. I could see myself chasing Scientologists down the street. Here's a balloon for you. Here's a flower for you. You know, I'm different. Or random strangers. It just feels good. It's just nice. Like the world needs that really bad right now. Just be pleasant, be polite, be happy, be kind especially. Okay, then she goes up. She goes up, creates her bubbles. Up, create the bubbles, go back down. Go back up, and then on the way back down, then create the scoop. That's what I did wrong. Okay, I see. I'm watching a little video here on my phone, so I have to undo this. You know what? I'm not slow. It's too hard I can blow it back up. So you're seeing like this is reality TV for sure. So this is how it goes. It's like learn as you go. I don't like sit and study things. I just pick it up and start doing it. That's why my early artwork is always weird. And then I get better and better at it. So is that normal? Probably for artists. Okay, so I'm going to try to blow it up with a balloon, half of it done. It's hard because you learn to use your fingers in between fingers and stuff to do. It's really hard to get this pump into the smaller balloons, the 160s, especially if the nozzle's gone. So, come on, seriously? I do start to get grumpy and I start swearing. To learn to put it down sooner when I start to feel that frustration come on. Because if it's not fun, I shouldn't be doing it. Not yet. In the future, I'll get frustrated and have to keep going if I'm making money at it. And it's my actual living. I need to just realize that there's going to be bad days and accept that, you know. If it was a hobby, it's always fun. But this is going to become a source of income that's going to give me the lifestyle that I want, hopefully. Who's here? There's 2 people. Do I know you? Or are you here to report back? She's really losing it now. It's going to be a clown. I call it a clown, but it's not really a clown. I should invent a new word. Yeah. Don't be shy. Tell me who you are. If you don't like me, I'd love to hear why. Tell me why. Because there are people sent out. For those of you that may not have been in this community and know who I am or what I'm doing, what this is about, there are people sent out to watch people like me and others and report back to the leader on what we're up to and what we're saying about him. It's really interesting. It's like, please. And they've decided with me that the best way to torture me is to pretend I don't exist. That's been discussed. It's another strategy, you know. Can you imagine like talking about it with a group of people on how we're going to make people feel shitty, you know, and pretending that I'm crazy. So we're not going to we assume she's either crazy or lying about the things that happened to her when she was protesting, even though they happened to other people. Those things are impossible to ever have happened to her. I have an edge to that. I still have a little bit of emotion left around that, but not much. Believe me. Don't worry. Just letting the dog out. 1 sec. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. All right. Are you going out too? Are you going out, little pretty dog? Hey? Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, I just realized I need to get out and winterize my RV. It's going to snow any day. It's starting to get cold. I'm in Canada, if anybody's new here. So I live near the southern border of Canada, so it's not that cold. Like we have a few snowfalls a year, but it never gets really cold here. It used to. The climate's changed. It's warmer. So I live in a good area, but I'm even to the point where I'm not going to get any winter tires on my van. But I work from home and I don't go anywhere. So I have a really quiet life. I like it that way. I have close friends and close family members, so I'm okay. I'm not alone. But I just don't like going out anymore. I want to stay home with my dogs. I'm always happy when plans are canceled. And I always hesitate committing to anything because what if I don't feel like it, you know? And I don't like letting people down. So I work really hard on that. It's actually a problem because I want to have integrity and I want to honor my relationships. But okay, this one has to be really, really, really tall because this bouquet has to get finished. Darn, am I going to do an all-nighter here? It's pretty late. I'd love to know who. It drives me nuts not knowing who's here. Anyways, that's okay. If you don't like me or learning, maybe you'll ask yourself why. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I go up and I go around things. And I go down. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's actually easy. Really easy. Like, you can learn if anyone's interested, anyone watching this in the future, if you can buy a bag of balloons, like you just need like either size of the long ones, pick a size, it doesn't matter. Buy a bag for $3.50, but get the good quality ones. Do not order from Amazon. Go to like a balloonsonline.com or .ca or whatever. Go to a company that specializes in balloons and they'll be good enough quality to not pop while you're doing this because you're really beating the heck out of them when you're doing the work. So, yeah, what was I going to say? So yeah, if this looks interesting to you, some people watching in the future, no one's here anymore. So I scared somebody away by confronting them. If you're watching this and you think you might want to try it, and like people say, oh my God, you're so good at that. You're so talented. I said that to a kid yesterday. No, I am. Thank you. I'll take the compliment for sure. But you know what? And I looked at Mom and I said, Mom, you could buy your daughter. She was probably about 10 years old, something like that. Girls that age could do this easy and they would love it. It's so fun, you guys. Get out there and do it. Moms, if you have daughters or boys too, some boys will like this too. This is so easy. It's easier than it looks with YouTube. So buy the balloons. All you have to do, the pump, get the cheapest pump they have for sale. And this one was my first pump, and I still use it on the tiny balloons because it has the smaller nozzle on the end. So it fits into the small balloons. And then you need this, the balloons, and then a pair of scissors. And you can make a balloon animal. That's all you need. Oh, I would buy one of these, actually, because it's really hard to tie knots. So it's a tool, a balloon tying tool is what it's called. And this brand is everywhere. If you Google it, you'll see it come up right away. So I'm not going to show you how to do it because you can figure that out on your own. YouTube is full of thousands of videos, like anything. So please, go ahead and try it. If you're a crafty person, try it. It's really fun to create. It's something different. It's becoming really popular. So, and kids absolutely love it. And who doesn't want to make a kid smile? I mean, come on. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's the gist of sort of what's immediately new in my life. For those that have been asking, thanks for asking and thanks for loving me from afar. Right back at you. And I was really glad to see Krista come in. She's my number one support online. She's been amazing right from the beginning. She's always been there and she just stuck through with me. I guess we're so much alike we're both Canadian. So Not that I'm like all Canadians. Some of the Canadians were some of the bullies that were trashing me, like online, for some reason. Never did anything to them. Jeez, back off. So it's really weird. Like for me to know Canadians act that way, really? Wow. I guess just people, but it's not our nature. I don't think it's natural for us to be that way. We're a nice country. We're nice people. It's really weird to me. I mean, I can be mean too sometimes. So it's just a human thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm struggling with that, the Canadian factor, because I don't think we're like that. But anyways, so that's about all I have to say for today. And if anybody out there has footage of that year, like the shit that I might be part of, especially if I'm in it, I definitely want it. But all the early stuff, I probably need about at least a year's worth of a bunch of people's videos. So somebody has it all. And I could really I don't know how else to ask. I know it's almost not even appropriate to ask, but I'm not even going to use it for the video. I need the information. I need the data. I need the stats more than I need the I'm not going to replay the video. That's not my plan. Everyone else is doing that. That's being done. I'm not doing other people. I'm doing me. So I'm going to bring it in a different way. I'm going to analyze it in a different way. So I just need to see it because I have no memory. And I wish I had started, like when I started watching, I had spreadsheets and I was tracking certain things. I had all kinds of data and I stopped because I got wrapped up in the actual participating, the doing of the protesting. So I lost track of what I'm good at. And then it just went awry. And then I crashed out I kind of went away for a while and that's okay. But we all know what happened there. Well, some of us do here. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you don't have to go back in my channel too far to see the crazy environment I was part of and how I brought the crazy too. I was looking crazy. I saw it. I'm self-aware. I know how it looked. I'm not actually crazy. I don't like that word anyways. And what if I was? Why would you be mean to a crazy person that thinks they're seeing something? Even if I was crazy, why would you make fun of them? Wow. That's the part that we need to talk about. Like being called crazy puts the person, me, say, into shame. So they're not challenging you on why you are picking on a crazy person and calling out their crazy in a mean way online. That's the part we need to focus on. Because people are so ashamed to be seen as crazy that they take it in and believe it and buy the attack and it takes them down. And then they're in bed with depression for months and off work. Me. Because you just take it in. And I didn't even realize it. And then I was being judged and really harshly criticized by a bunch of people for reacting that way. It's like, holy shit. Sorry. I don't know how to do this. I've never done this before. I've never been bullied online ever in my life. I went the first 3/4 of my life without the internet. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm glad I went through it because I have a grandchild. There's no fucking way that kid should be on a computer till he's 16 years old. No way. I am in favor, 100% Canadian government, to do what Australia did and ban kids from social media until 16 years old. 100%. It's a no-brainer. Maybe, like I would say, God, as a parent, if you could, longer, because like brains aren't developed. Girls, 18, 19 should be fine by then. Boys, older, 21, 25. You know what I mean? Like, no, if it took me down, how are kids growing up and being normal? We're creating sociopaths. That's why the world is going to hell right now. And it's in the US. The US is leading that charge and it's spreading. It's bad elsewhere as well. But the US is where it's really glaring right now. Like your president is bullying people. Your president is putting out videos of dropping shit on a community. That's a grown man in his elderly, at the twilight of his life. putting out videos like that. And that's normal. I can't even. So like the people that have done what they've done to me, they think they're just being normal. They think it's normal. And they're in their 50s and 60s. Like, it's not even young people. There's no young people. It's all like 30s are the young ones, 40s, and then lots of people in their 50s and older that don't understand what he did that was so wrong. Like the oldest of the people think, what are they so mad about? He just wants to take down Scientology. Yeah, but he's being really fucking mean, and it's intentional. That's what's wrong with it. How don't you see this at your age? Grow up. Who are you? You're a loser. Like you've got the emotional intelligence of a 14-year-old. Like they are trapped at that age. And a lot of people get stuck at that age if they started using substances at that age. It's usually 13, 14, and they get stuck there. So when they grow up to be those types of people, they think that's normal. They think they grew up, but their brain stopped. It was stunted. So anyone that started using drugs as teenagers, you're still a teenager. And if you're hearing people say you don't understand why people think it's so wrong, it's because you didn't grow up. And I feel that breaks my heart for you. Like, and I don't want to say I feel sorry for you because it's not really like that. That doesn't sound kind, but my heart does break for you because you lost your life. The drugs took your life away, or the alcohol or the trauma, or anyone that hasn't dealt with their trauma would go in that direction as well. You basically freeze. Your brain is frozen in time and you're not able to see like empathy, consequences and empathy and all those things that we evolve into when we grow up is lost to those people. And this is a whole community of that. So there's victims that are stuck in it. There's users of substances that are stuck in that. But there's also, people in the community that are users of certain substances that make them better and help them. So I'm not judging it across the board. I'm just saying for some people that have not emotionally evolved to where they need to be at the age appropriate where they're at, like a 60-something-year-old man should not be defending a person sending groups, hordes of people out to hunt down others and make them uncomfortable elsewhere. Leave them be. Move on. Go in your group and do your thing, and don't chase after people. And then there's people sticking up for the people that have been chased down. And that's part of healing too. Like, people need to be supported. So, and now they act like they're being attacked. Well, I don't know. I'm still having trouble putting it into words, but there is a problem of emotional evolution of 90% of the community. Even the people that I like are stuck in something. So I'm just seeing it. So was I. Because part of my evolution and growth was not finished. And I needed that horrific experience. I never dreamed I'd ever go through something like that. I had no idea that it was even possible. So it was something I had to go through, and I'm glad I did. And it was fast, and I came through it okay, and now I can help my grandson. That's why I went through this, I'm telling you. Hang on, I gotta let the dog back in. So the good news is that probably no one's going to watch this because it's a really long video, but the really meat and potatoes of my breakthroughs are right here in this portion of the video, and I needed to talk it out. And video is really good. I love watching myself when I'm getting it. Because seeing it from external looking in is really helpful. There's a process that happens that I've never experienced before. It's a tool that I really like. And I'm learning to like myself by watching myself and seeing sometimes when there is wisdom there. It feels good. It's gratifying because I've worked hard to get there. So look how long I'm not sure it's going to be that full length, but I'm going to make them long from now on so I can make this bouquet huge. I might have to like it can take 2 days to make something fantastic. So I will continue. When I'm twisting, I will come on and chat. Even if no one's here. Like I've got 2 likes and 0 people watching right now. It's okay. And I haven't been around, so people are going to have to just, Heather's around again, but tonight there were 2 major like drama sources going on, and I purposely came on during that. I left them and came and did my own thing, and purposely, and knowing that that's where everyone's going to be, and just to play with the idea that I don't have to be there. It's not my world. It's not where I need to be, and I'm not part of it. I was an observer when I was in LA. People were streaming. I was there, but I'm not on camera most of the time on other people's streams, but I was part of it, but I was the fly on the wall. I think I had the opportunity, and I need to take that and be that, because that role is going to be the big picture, bird's eye view, looking down on the whole thing. And I'm seeing the truth. Not no face. I know you, but did you hear what I just said? Have you heard some of this last few minutes? Because I came to this epiphany. I'm happy because I need to step out and just do that bird's eye. I have a perspective that no one else has. And I needed to find it in order to give it back, because I need to give it back, because there's some wisdom that people can be helped, because participating in what's gone on is really an indication of where a lot of people are in their human evolution of being a human. Because when you see 60-year-olds acting a certain way, there's some things not done yet. They need to do something. But they don't see it because they, like I said, their brains froze when they either had their trauma happened or they were using substances or whatever, those types of things. So gods make it not. I'm no face, but the YouTube gods made it not. Did they really? Oh gosh, no face. And I don't even, did I meet you ever? Like, because if you changed your name, I don't remember. There's so many people and I'm like lost. Are you somebody I need footage from? Because I need footage. And I don't need it for video to make videos. I'm not going to repost videos of other people, like other people's videos. But I need material. I need information that's no one else is doing. So if you can help me with that, anybody out there, please, it's really, really benign. It's not going to be offensive to anybody. I'm not out to hurt anybody. I just want information. Do I know Yadira? I know the name, yes. Is that an Australian person? I think she's in Australia, right? I know her. She's my vibe right away when I see the name is a good person. So I hope I'm right. There's just so many I just can't keep up. Does she have lots? Because if you can help me with that connection, and I'm not stealing anything, I'm not doing it for any bad. Oh, Puerto Rico? Really? Oh my God, I'd kill to go there. I would love to go there. I need to make friends with Puerto Rico people. It's a place I've always wanted to go. I'm very interested. Anyways, yeah, I do need material for the information. Because I'm going to tell this story in a different way. And I have to step back out of the community. I'll still be around. Like if something's happening, I'm probably there watching. Because I'm going to continue, but I'm going to start gathering what I need now from my perspective. So there's the leaves and there's the stem, and I need it really, really long because I'm making a really tall bouquet, and it's going to be a big, heavy duty one. Like if I were selling it, it would be a couple $100s. So I'm giving it as a gift to a new business in my neighborhood. So I got to start getting my name out there. I'm new to this. So thanks for joining me though. I really appreciate it. So Yadira, why do I need to know her? Don't let anyone clip that. Clip what? Oh, it's really, this. Go for it. Right? That is so good. I never I think I did allude to it earlier though when I saw like I actually held it up and smiled, but that's so good. Thank you for calling that out. That's so funny. I needed to laugh. Oh my god. Yeah, no, totally. Go for it. Clip away, man. I don't care. Oh, that's too funny. It's an instructional video. I'm in bed too. Oh my god, what a weirdo. That's so funny. Thank you for making my day. All right. So now it context, right? A little pretty rose goes on the top. I could make, oh my god, I could make filthy balloons. Is that a niche? Does anyone do that? Oh my god. I would totally do that. Have you? Okay, no face. And do I know you? Who are you? Anyways, let me show you something. I'm trying to let you not see too much of I'm in my pajamas here. Okay, so I'm surrounded by crafts because I love my crafts. It makes me happy. So you want to talk, this is a taste of Heather. Like, this is me, okay? So, like, I'm not as vanilla as you think. Cute, hey? So I can make them where they're two, they both have like the antlers. This is male and female, but I can go any direction with that. Okay, now I have to look at the rose again because I never see. Sometimes I don't see it right away. Anyways, I have a whole shitload of those hats made. So those are going up for sale right away. I was selling them for $65 a couple of years ago, and I made like $5,000 over the Christmas season. So this is my side gig. Like I don't have to make money at crafting, but if I'm obsessed with something and I'm making lots of them, I try to sell them. And then I did really well with those. People like dirty things. What can I say? But balloon stuff? Oh my God. Okay. Holy smokes. Hell yeah. Wow. I could change that up a bit, actually. It'd be really easy to change that up. This could be a breakthrough. This could be like my ticket. You know what? You should tell me who you are because I'll give you a cut. If I get rich on this, can you imagine the videos I could make? And not say like what it is. I'm not like just to keep it legal on YouTube. I could make what I want to make, but then not talk about what it is. And then at the end, twist it in such a way that it becomes a flower. And it's like, where did your mind go? You know? Yeah, let me know because I'll give you a cut. If I get like 2 million views on my first like dirty, I've seen you around, just don't know where. I've subbed for a while, just never catch you. So, I mean, I've seen No Face on like chats for sure. So, I mean, I was in LA, so I'm one of the bad actors. I got named bad actor the day after Becky did, and I was with Becky when she was watching the stream with Jay, Pearl, and Selfless and DOA. She was in my van, and we were watching it together. So that's who I am. I'm Heather. So yeah, I was there. I was the fly on the wall, and I was a bad actor, but they're punishing me. They're bullying me by ignoring me. They think that that's a strategy. I did care though, because like I sacrificed a lot. It took me 4 days to get to LA from Canada, so I spent a lot of money on it too. So it was like, just how dare you try to hurt me? Like. Antics. Loves you. Yeah. What's your, do you share your name, like your real name? Were you in LA? Did I ever meet you in person? I'm sure like you'd know right off the bat. You'd probably just seen me around online. Anyways, I don't want you to, dox yourself in any way. It's not important. I'm just, I'm always open to new friends. That's all. And I appreciate you being here very much. So, and actually, you just gave me a brilliant idea. So don't let me forget, because I will forget. No face. Because if this becomes something, that's all it takes is one video and your life has changed. And if I hurry up, because now I've said it out loud, so I got to hurry up. So probably within the next 24 hours, I'm gonna be like practicing some stuff. First, I have to see if it's been done before, and then do it, and then get it out there. But part of it has to be like comedic. Like it has to be where I don't know what I'm making, maybe like play like the vanilla woman that has no idea. And I'm like, because I was going like this and you pointed it out. Like you have to stretch the balloon, otherwise they break. So I'm not an active protester. I'm in South Carolina, so there's nowhere around to protest. Yeah, where I live in Canada, there's no orgs as well. Vancouver's 4 hours away, but pretty quiet there. Like there's not a whole lot going on there. So yeah, so there's my rose. Isn't that pretty? When it's a rose. We could give other adjectives when it's half done, but anyways. And I'm going to have I'm going to say 15, 20 balloons in the bouquet, and it's going to be one of those long stemmed tulips and roses combined. And I've got pink, dark pink, light pink. Here, I'll put it together. Dark pink, light pink, yellow. All the tulips are yellow and the roses are different colors. You're the comic relief, but everybody puts up with it. Oh, thank you, because I love laughing. And I don't get enough of that. I live alone and stuff. So I try to look for fun. I'm not an actor. Yeah. Well, good. Bring the fun because, yeah, we need more fun. The world is nuts, hey? So you're in the States. What's it like there right now? What's the vibe in your area? Because I know things are like going awry. It's not just the States, it's the world. The whole world is going awry. So this one ran out of air, so I have to fix that one. But you can see how long it is. Like this is going to be a super, super long bouquet. And I have to stagger them going up and then fill it out. Like, yeah. So what's it like in South Carolina? Is it, like I'm thinking like people have been talking about arming themselves and all that. Like, is it getting tense? Is there ice around? Is it like, I don't want to talk to you about politics too much because I definitely have my views and I'm also a political activist. So I shouldn't really share that too much, but I have opinions, but I care about everybody. Like no matter what side you're on politically, I really am worried about North America, especially the US. Like it's really, really sad. Because I'm usually in the US at least once a year, at least, like all my life. So I have not been to the US I came back from LA the second time in like a year and a half ago, and I've not been back to the States since. And that's the first time in my life since I was like a teenager in marching band. Tulips in the morning, tulips in the park. The best place for tulips is tulips in the dark. That's so cute. See, that song would work in a certain context if you have a twisted mind. So I'm thinking, believe me, now you got me going. Way to go. All my perverted arts and crafts that I do, But it's funny, whatever. We gotta laugh, right? We're living, especially like us, in this community and how intense it is. And oh my God. Just gotta walk away once in a while, So, yeah, it's pretty. So I've got the pink, 2 shades of pink, yellow, white, and the green stems. So I fix that one. Another short. I made too many short pink ones. So and then once they're all done, I tie them together with the balloon and so I'll be finishing this tomorrow night. It's going to take a lot more hours. I'm not even halfway done yet. So I got to fill in. It's going to be massive. And I'm giving it to a business that just opened across the street to welcome them to the neighborhood. It's my own creative way. So I can't wait. We have a bunch of family birthdays coming up in December. Like we have tons of December babies in my family. And I want to... I'm going to make them some nice big arches and hearts and like the big balloon decor, not just the twisted ones, these little ones. I'm going to make big, big fancy stuff to practice. That's where the money is in the industry. So to start like introducing myself to that too. So not to get political, but yeah, we have a narcissistic baby. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're able to speak that out loud. It's a problem for me because I'm very vocal about it. And yeah, right, exactly. And that's fair because that's not wishing, that's a good way to approach it, that nature takes its course. And to me, part of nature is also like energetic, like the karma factor. I'm not a huge person like that, but there's something to it. That's for sure. So even if it's not like ankles and stuff, it's, but it affects the world. And that's the problem. It is my business because it affects me, especially the country that we've talked about preparing for invasion. And could that happen? Yeah, it could actually. It's happened in the course of history before. So it's actually like it might be a long shot, that's for sure. Because I know 99% of Americans would never have it. And most of the military probably would never do it. They wouldn't even take the order to do that. But it's a factor. It's something we talk about. So of course it affects me. And, we have plans. I mean, I'm ready to, in my mind, I know exactly what I would do if I had to. I've never considered arming myself in my life. We don't arm ourselves up here. I have bear spray in my van. I don't need anything else, I can use bear spray on humans, but like for my own safety, when I'm traveling in my van by myself, I have bear spray, and that's the extent of what I would ever use, You don't wish anyone to die, but I can wish them to go away. Exactly. And they will. But look what's left behind. What the damage is done. And there's an entire generation, maybe two, because I really worry about younger men. And when I say younger, I mean like 20s, 30s, 40s. That generation of men, we can't lose them because they're important. And I have a son that's mid 30s, and it's that's where our attention needs to go in a healthy way, a supportive, as hard as that is, because there's some really weird beliefs, but that's where I stand on it. Like there's a right and wrong way of dealing with that, but that's what's going to be left behind. And we can't just hate them and want them to go away too. We can't lose that. That's a whole generation. So, and they can't help this socialization they underwent through their lives. There's reasons for all of it. And those people, like that crust of society, the very upper crust, the very, very tiny percentage, they know what they're doing. They use religion, they use fear, it's in textbooks. Like it is literally textbook strategies to own the world, like, and take over and take power. And it's just so well documented over history, and it's happening, And those people, a lot of them, maybe they were dropouts and they didn't get to study it. You can't, lest we forget, like we have Remembrance Day coming up, and this is why we have to remember. It's an important day this year, November 11th. That's our big day. I don't know if you guys do Remembrance Day like we do, but it's the day. I know you have Memorial Day. We don't celebrate that one or recognize it, but you're 47. Have faith in the youth behind me. They see the corruption. They are the ones inheriting it. They are the change. Actually, I'm going to agree with you. Well, it depends. Okay, so there's the true, like Gen X, like the betas coming up, the alphas, and then the betas are next. My grandson is a beta. He's just little, but they're amazing. Like people accuse them of being lazy, and they don't want to work, and they don't want to do this, and they don't want to do stupid shit is what they don't want to do. And they're right. Like, you don't work overtime for free, or your private life comes first, not work, and they just won't do, like, why are we working at McDonald's? Why do we have McDonald's? So that people can go there and hate their job? What kind of life is that? You shouldn't have places where it's awful. Like, we shouldn't be eating that shit in the first place. It shouldn't even exist, type of thing. And these kids know that, I'm not saying they're right across the board about things, but they really look at us like we're nuts. And then I think about it. It's like, wait, I think they are. And I'm mentoring people now. Like I'm in my late 50s, so I'm preparing for retirement. And I see kids coming in out of school, and they're like, they look at us like we're crazy. Like the bureaucracy we've built into our systems is just, and I'm rebelling because I'm different. I act like a kid, like I'm different in my environment. So I've been whistleblowing. I'm doing my own activism in my life, that if I see something that's not like, I'm a justice freak. So if something's wrong, they're wasting money in healthcare. Look out. I'm all over it. I'm letting the premier of my province know, which is like the governor of your state. I write them letters directly, and the minister of health and the auditor general, the people auditing the books at the government level. I make sure they know what's going on when that $1 million just got wasted. And I pay attention and I speak up, and I don't care. And I'm lucky I'm in a union because they can't fire me for it. So I am privileged. So yeah, so they do see the corruption. You're right. If it feels wrong, they're in touch with their feelings. We raised them to be that way. Because Gen X, like, we're fucked. We're like, we were so neglected, and we're taking care of kids and parents at the same time, and we're exhausted, and we're getting cancer, and we're stressed, and we're like fighting cults and like getting involved in this shit. What the fuck am I doing? I'm like, I have a life, you know? So it's like we're involved in this stuff that's not even necessary at all, you know? And we get off on it somehow. So I don't know. I've been analyzing it from that point of view. Like, why do we go there every day and look at it? I can't look away. It makes me question myself. Like, I'm not stopping because there's a lesson here, and I'm learning about myself. Like, why am I? Why are they? Why do they do that and they do that? Why is it okay for us to make fun of them, but not them to make fun of us? Is it the same thing? I would argue, no, it's not the same. When you're attacked, you have every right to defend yourself and find comedic relief to get through the trauma of the experience. That's what I did. It helped me. Like when I go to MLH's channel and watch them, they're brilliant. It makes me feel someone actually cares about me, and I'm not alone over here, you know. I'm pretty alone here. I don't fit in with anybody. So it's like, but they're still like doing it for people like me, and I appreciate that. So whether I fit in anywhere or not, it doesn't matter. It's their intent is working. So I don't know. I just what I'm thinking, where I'm at now today. Every few weeks I look at it again. It's like, where am I at with this? What do I think? You know. So I think my purpose in this was to go down there and be attacked by the protester crew. It was never to fight Scientology. So I need to make that worth it and look at it in a different new way and make it like worthwhile, such that it's valuable to somebody. Well, for sure myself. And I feel really good about how I'm starting to see it. It's making me grow. Like I feel like I'm spiritually expanding over it. Like it's really a breakthrough, and I've never been happier in my life. I went out for dinner with friends tonight that I haven't seen in a really long time. And I told them, like, Heather, you're so beautiful. Like, what's happened? I'm so happy. I'm just like, I don't even have makeup on, and I just feel really good. I feel happy. And it's because of all this stuff that I've been through. And I have my grandson, like we had to go through custody and everything. So that was like the worst 2 years of my life. But that's all resolved now. And when he sleeps over, he gets to pick if he sleeps with daddy or grandma, and he always picks grandma. And I mean, his grandma is a balloon artist, and I paint faces. So it's like, we have so much fun. So it's like, I could cry. I'm so happy. So it's like, you know, and now because I'm happy, I can look at everything, what's important, and the community, and just, it's the generation of the iPhone babies. It will come around full circle, I hope. See, the thing is, what I see too on that, they say, oh, kids just have their face in their phone and they're getting the hump on their neck, and yeah, whatever. But when I'm on my phone, I'm communicating with another human being. And usually when I communicate, I'm a very heartful person. I share openly. Peace. Yeah, exactly. It does. And I feel like I have rosy cheeks because I'm happy, you know, like it's just peace. I feel peaceful and content. It's not even happiness. It's contentment. That's harder to get. So I can be happy anytime. I just choose it and I'm happy for an hour. But to be content, that's like sustaining. Like sustaining contentment is hard, takes a lot of work. But yeah, so anyways. So I think I'm just going to keep talking about it, because if somebody's ready to see it differently, they might find me. And then I might have a blow up. Because have you seen my meltdowns when I'm crying like a crazy woman? I've been accused of being crazy. Like I'm one of the ones that had drones following me and helicopters flying overhead. And yeah, I said some things, not about drones. That was like made up about me. But like lies were told about me and stuff. But I did say things that I was joking, and then it was twisted into something crazy. So they call you crazy, and then like people, that's a shame. When you call somebody crazy, they go into shame mode. It's like a really terrible thing to be seen as. So my response to that today, now, my realization is, what if I was crazy? What if I was truly delusional with a mental illness, and I thought that there were drones or helicopters following me? And you're going on the internet making fun of me. That's the problem, not the fact that I'm crazy. Because I'm just crazy. I just have a medical condition, right? Just realized I'm in the wrong chat. What? What do you mean? What chat are you supposed to be in? What? Who are you? Where are you supposed to be? That is really funny. Well, you made me laugh. You came here to make me laugh. Isn't that worth it? You should go move on. Where are you supposed to be? Or are you joking and you're pulling my leg? You're probably teasing me, and I'm missing it because I'm kind of slow sometimes. Anyways, I've had people come in here really, really nice to me and funny, and we're getting along and it's great. And then I find out that they were sent to spy on me, and they take it back and they talk about how crazy I was. That's actually happened. Can you believe it? Being that human that goes and does that. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying it has happened. So I'm ready for anything. And if you were, it wouldn't faze me at all. That's the good news. It's not that I have a tough skin. I don't want a tough skin. I like how I am. I like being sensitive and emotional, and I like the fact that I can get hurt. I'm not dead inside, That's a good thing. So yeah, tease me, because I sometimes I miss it though, just so you know. Anyways, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I know people are going to watch this. I'll get views, but I haven't been around for a long time. So there's not going to be live views. Oh, there's 3 people now. So I'm wondering if Boss Talks wrapped up, or the other people that were on tonight too. So when I came on, there were a couple other really highly dramatic streams going on that, I chose the timing on purpose because I'm easing back in. So I'm definitely gonna. Okay, the other person there's 2 other people. I'd love to know who's here. Just say hi. Let me know who you are. And if you don't like me, that's okay. I don't really care that much. I truly don't, but I don't not like you. I'm curious now. I'm observing now. So my approach is going to change. I hope it's changing in this direction, because I'm really fascinated by what brings people in and what they're looking for and what they're watching for and what they're getting out of it, and what buttons is it pushing, like just why. So I'm a gray area kind of person. I live in that world that not many people do. So thank God I'm back to myself. I'm healed enough that I can start to go into that mode, and I'm looking for data and statistics and studying the issue. So I need footage of the period between January probably of 2024 and right up to date probably. If somebody has like a place where they've stored stuff, I don't want to use the video. I want the data in the video so I can compile some stuff and maybe some audio here and there, because it's going to get presented at some point. But I have ideas on how to look at all this in a way that I think is more like archaeological. From where? Well, people that have videos that they've taken down or other people took their videos down, but they have copies and all that kind of stuff, to be like in fascination of human behavior, basically. So it's not going to be used against anybody. I don't have a need to do that. I'm not drawn to that at all. It's not going to help me. But I'd like to see humanity evolve in general. And like, I'm really concerned about what's happening in the US, and it's not just the US, the whole world is affected. So I think it's all related. I think it's all similar. So I think it's just time we need to start looking at things differently. So I want to contribute to that. So I'd rather lean into the healing side of things. And, you know, there are some things that look aggressive that are also part of healing too. So I just want to always clarify that I'm not against what others are doing necessarily. It has to play out the way it's playing out. And when people are hurting each other, the ones being hurt need to be supported. And that has to happen too, because that's what we do. So, yeah. So, you know, I'm alluding to where I need stuff from. So there's people that have footage, and I hope that that they're willing to share it with me. I'm not going to steal it and do anything with it that's, you know, and they can talk to me about it. And I'm just asking, can I, you know, I don't even need video, audio. I need audio and dates. Audio and dates would be great. And that's enough. That's all I need. Well, video helps in some ways when you're collecting information. But I watched it all. I was there. I've been watching since, God, when did I start watching all this? Well, I've been following Scientology since the 90s, the early 90s, maybe the late 80s. I almost joined Scientology when I was a single mom. I call myself an almost in. So it was rough. So I was going to join because they put you up. They give you housing and they feed you. That's all I needed back then. And I was going to join a cult for that reason with a baby. So it was close, actually. I was very, very close to making the decision. But I'm in Canada, so it would have been harder to go down there. But they would have, like, if they got wind of me, they would have made it happen. They would have grabbed me. Like, I've been easy pickings. Oh my God. I probably was within one contact, like 1 degree of separation from that happening to me. I'm sure of it. I know it. I can feel it in my gut. I was lucky. So what do you think of my flowers? Cute, hey? So it's only like maybe a quarter done. It's going to be massive, and I'm going to tie it at the bottom with a balloon and bows and make it pretty at the bottom too. So anyways, so I'm going to go, unless you have something to ask or say. I'll give you one little few seconds here, and then I'm going to go because I work in the morning and I have to try to sleep. I haven't been on for a long time. It's been probably a couple months, I think, since I've streamed, maybe. So I'm going to try to ease back into it. I'm losing subs. When you don't stream regularly, you just lose subs naturally. And it's not that I plan to make a living on YouTube. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I want people to watch and I want to contribute. So I need the people to be here to do that. So yeah, I have a reputation, and I think people don't like me, even the people that I'm on side with. So open questions? Well, you can ask. I don't have to answer. So yes, you can ask anything. I you know, unless it's blatantly rude, I wouldn't be offended. So you can ask, and I may or may not answer. If you have questions about like what happened to when I was down there, that you've heard things, then I'd love that. I wish people would ask me, because people just believe what they hear. You got 800. I'm at 160. Trying to figure out what you're saying. Probably being blonde. You got 800. I'm at 160. See, when you said 160, these balloons are 160. That's what I thought of. Oh, are we still talking about this? Maybe. Anyways, you made me laugh over that. So that was like the best. That made my night. That was really good. And I'm going to do it again and again. Every chat I do, because I'm going to be twisting a lot live, because I'll do it while I'm talking because I multitask. And I'm going to do it every stream and see if anybody says anything. The people that weren't here tonight, which is everybody except you. Location in use by. Oh, something popped up. I do have Proton. I have protection on my computer, so I'm just looking. Oh, a widget's kicked in. Okay. I have a new laptop, so I'm still getting used to Windows 11. And there was just an update, so there's stuff going on. I work in systems, but I'm not really good at the hardware, operating system stuff anymore. I used to be. I do more like healthcare, like software they use in healthcare. I'm an expert in those things, but implementations of software in hospitals and stuff, training, all of it, building, training, whatever, supporting. Okay, anyways, I got to go to bed. So thank you for joining me and making me laugh. And I don't understand if you want to tell me what you mean by that, because now I'm not going to sleep. You need to tell me what it means. You got 800, I'm at 160. 800 what? Is it a song? I'm old. Realize I'm a lot older than you. Well, I'm about 10 years older than you. Are you rolling your eyes at me because I'm not getting it? Now it's embarrassing. Now I'm embarrassed. So I turned on the chat, like the chat where you can read it after. So maybe somebody else answer that for me. Oh my God. And you said you're in the wrong chat. What chat were you supposed to be in? I'm curious. Who's on right now? Probably nobody at this stage. I'm sure Boss Talk is finishing up because he's a lot further east than I am. I'm West Coast Pacific time, so this is really pretty, actually. I'm very pleased with this. It's a lot nicer than the last bouquet that I made, so I'm getting better. Okay, you have 5 seconds to tell me what that means. Otherwise, you're responsible for me staying up all night thinking about it. No pressure. Okay, ciao. I got to go to bed. I work in the morning. Have a good night. Thanks for visiting. Bye. Here's the button. End stream. Bye.